you know, and not just being biased because it's him, but like just in general, like that's what got me from the first time we took his class, that it was just a natural, like, it was a natural, it was a natural hype that you were feeling.
Yeah.
You know, that just made you like, oh, like, all right, well, I don't want to be an oddball. Let me get hype and get in. You know, whereas like this, doing like the other exercises and stuff just felt a little more, I don't know, just felt weird.
Yeah.
Just different.
They call it the cheerleader method.
Yeah.
Right. And what people don't understand in fitness, especially group and stuff, is like there's different styles, and the goal is to be able to take pieces of all the styles
And make your own.
and blend it.
Yeah.
So some people are just that because that's what they were taught. If I teach you to do it this way and I want you to do it this way, then people who don't know who they are and don't have an identity, they don't have a voice, then they just sound exactly like what you wrote down or exactly what they saw in a video. So then it's like, come on, and it's not genuine. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
the problem.
Like
You can totally see through it, right?
like,
so one of
even
my
when
things is I don't like, I have some pet peeve statements that always, like, you got this. It makes my skin crawl.
Right.
You got it, guys. Come on, you got this. You got it. And it's empty because, well, what if Dino's form is off and he don't got it? So then why would I be reassuring you that you have something that you don't have? And so I usually don't speak to it until I see it. Or sometimes I'm like, man, y'all look good today. Meaning I'm looking at the whole class and saying, hey,
as a whole,
it looks good. But if you're doing something, I'm not saying wrong, but if your form is off, or you just don't get the move, right? Like when I blend different moves, 8 of these, 8 of these, 8 of these, 4 of these. If everyone's not doing it, I'm not like, you got it, guys. I'm like, nah, y'all don't got it. And Jess Pater's really good at this. I've only done it rarely. Well, she'll just stop the class and stop the music and say, hey, this is what I need y'all to do.
Right.
Because y'all not doing what I just said to do. So you have to be present. And a lot of times people aren't present. They're just presenting one facet, the cheerleader, and that's
it's even too, like I've noticed a couple of your classes as well, like sitting in the back, like you know, you gotta get to see the bigger picture, and it's like even your leadership style and how you coach, you know, like you'll walk up to somebody and be like, all right, you know, in 3, 2, and you're like adjusting the individual as you're multitasking, which is something that again just seems so, it's just genuine, it's organic, as opposed to some of these instructors that you'll see where, like you said, they're taught to be cookie cutter. So then it's kind of like, as you see the form and watch the form and you see the bend and great job, and you just kind of like, I guess I'm doing it right, you know. And it's like, it just doesn't, people don't understand, man. Like form for me is everything. I may not know fitness, but I know from like lifting and doing, you know, powerlifting and those type of things with like just growing up. My uncle was a bodybuilder. Like form was everything. Like he used to train in New York with, you know, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers and all those guys in those gyms, and those guys, everything is form.
Right.
So
well, it's like anything, right?
It's like
you got a house built, its foundation is first.
Right.
So there's no point of view, you know, the issue is people want to move fast, and I'm competing with Fred, and oh, look how fast Chad is, I want to do, and it's like, yo, if you don't got the form, then slow down and get the form. You know what I mean? I said this the other day, I was like, what you eat don't make me shit. So it don't matter, like, if he's going faster than me, it might push me to want to do more, but all this outwardly competition, it's not going to yield any result for you. Aside from it might stroke your ego a little or whatever, but like people lift heavier and then their form goes out. That's why I said put the weight down. When you get to that point where you have to put it down, but you know you have to pick it up, now we're doing work. But I want you to be safe first, because then how can I multitask with, if I can't do it with 3 people, then I'm not going to be comfortable with 150.
Right.
But once I know, like, oh, okay, it stands out when someone's form is off. That's why I walk around, because it's not my workout. And some people want to do the work, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do a little bit, but I'm checking. Oh, are their knees in line with their ankles? Are they shoulder? Are they doing push-ups from back here? And try to assist with that. Wow. Well, I know he knows, and you know, and people been there y'all been here long enough, so we can go there. And that's why I can be comfortable no matter how many people it is. So some people are afraid of that. You can't safely work out with 150 people. I'm like, yes, you can. You absolutely can.
Yeah.
But if they never experienced that, or they don't understand connecting was great because like I can't multitask outside of that.
That's facts.
I can't. So there's something about it that is exciting to me. Like, can you do all this at once and this and this and on the fly? Like, oh, it's too many people, not enough weights, and make it work and make this work. And then outside of that, I'm like, Freddie, be one thing at a time, bro. Don't give me more than one thing.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
In your element, man.
There it is.
That's what it is. When you're passionate, you're in your element.
That's right. All right, what up, beautiful people? Welcome to another beautiful episode of Y'all Want to Talk About It. Okay, we're getting better on the new edition side of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's been another great week.
Indeed.
Doing a lot, celebrating life, stuff. What are you drinking? Snapple. I haven't seen a Snapple in.
Yo, I
didn't even know they came in plastic.
Nah,
bottles.
they changed it, man. I used to love it.
It's
Glass
come in
bottle.
glass.
Yeah,
They don't
I love
come in
the
glass
Nah,
no more?
man, they do. So now they got
Rona?
these. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. But I'm a sucker for some peach
You like
tea,
Snapple?
Snapple's great, yeah.
I remember it used to have, it still got the thing on the
Yeah,
inside.
anything
So
on the
say
inside,
something in there
yeah.
about somebody's cousin.
What's today? The tongue is the fastest healing part of a human body. Fact number 60. Real fact number 60.
I didn't know that. I done cut my tongue before. It didn't seem fast.
Yeah,
that stuff sucks.
sucks.
You cut some, you be like, these shits are you drool.
Yep. But I feel like you don't get the same like, you know.
Yeah, the little pop on the
right,
Snapple.
yeah, that's right.
And then I used to be the one in class, like when people be talking, be like,
Annoying ass Dino.
Strawberry
kiwi was my favorite.
Oh, strawberry kiwi was good. Mango, I like the mango one too.
Mango.
There was like a mango one, but my favorite all time has always been the peach tea, man.
I was
I'm
gonna
a
say
suck-
that's the peach tea.
Yeah, I'm a suck. Anything like peach tea, I'm there.
All right. Snapple, what do you want to talk about? What you got over here?
I got this healthy shake from Arby's.
Healthy. We may have to jump into the whatever we got up here.
I wonder
Jump
which
into
one
the
is
vegan
worse.
snacks early.
Yeah,
My Snapple or his?
Oh, his is
smoothie?
worse by far. I mean, the sugar probably
The sugar is
probably
high.
80 grams.
Yeah, it's like 80 grams.
This is milk.
Does it say
But
80?
he's probably got.
It's, yeah, so 40 grams and then 40 added.
That's 80.
So 80. Zero.
I better start
protein,
reading. Young diabetes.
40 grams of carbs.
Hold on. 4 grams
No.
No, man.
You know,
of sugar.
That's in the straw.
yeah. That's the plastic.
See, and then even here too, like filtered water, sugar, citric acid, tea, natural flavors.
80
I always
grams
say-
is like, that's a lot.
No, it's a lot.
80
Like this-
grams of sugar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Mine
So I
ain't
don't-
even got that much.
I don't, bro. You got about
10.
nah,
Pull up
1,000
1,000
calories. Yeah.
bro. And then you got
A
the
good
supersized-
sour out.
You think so?
You got the supersize
Of
too.
calories?
What
or
was
sugar?
it?
Grams?
Just vanilla?
Sugar,
Yeah.
the ice cream alone, bro, is a lot of sugar.
Oh, it got ice cream in it too?
Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, that's a good 200.
200
Grams of sugar?
grams of sugar.
How many you supposed
Yeah.
to have per setting?
Well,
Depends
Yeah,
on the
everybody.
individual, I guess.
So then I'm okay.
well.
It depends on.
I mean,
It
you
goes straight to your
uh,
boobs.
This is one of those where,
Makes
like,
sense.
when I sat, like, I'm starting now to where if I do drink one of these, like, I'll try my best to, like, down a crap ton of water.
Yeah.
Or, like, something to compensate.
So you
but-
got the large vanilla shake,
Yeah.
nutritional info.
Yo, you ever eat some sugar?
900 calories.
Bruh.
All right,
Okay,
so
but what's the
my
grams of sugar, though?
160.
124.
That ain't
Damn.
that bad. That's like a couple cookies.
Bro, that's like,
That's not a couple cookies, because these cookies
No.
are right here. Let's see, since we doing all this. You see that?
You said sugar?
10.
you said sugar?
Oh,
Ten.
10
So-
10
so
per
20
cookie.
This is
20?
20.
10
This
per
is
cookie.
26.
No, serving size is 3 cookies
Okay,
per
so
3.
3 cookies. And we're going to eat the whole bag.
Well, it's a
Kenyatta,
box.
we always the whole box bag, whatever.
That's
you want.
This is
124.
26.
For how many cookies?
3. How many are in the
No,
box?
for 4. And you got about 6 servings. But you got
Go ahead. I want to hear this.
the what?
We all would eat these boxes.
I don't
Right,
eat the
but
box in
difference
one
is-
setting.
No,
though.
but the difference is
I don't.
you just had
Hold on.
124.
You don't eat the box in the whole setting? Because I ate a box in the whole setting.
I ain't even gonna lie. Listen, man, yo, we
Yo,
need.
shout out
we
to
need
Back
a-
to Nature
we
on the,
need a
on the plant-based
sponsorship
side of the
guys,
game.
dog. Like-
Back to Nature, holla at your boys.
Yes, please. I've had every single one of you, even the saltine crackers.
I haven't tried that one yet.
Yo, oh my god, yo, freeze
Greg,
them.
shout out to Greg Street. He gave me these for my birthday.
These right here, yo,
Thin mints.
freeze them. Put them in the freezer.
These are like the Keebler joints. Shout out to like M&Ms and like peanut butter cups, and it's all vegan and it's all fire. You won't even know the difference. Just I don't know. I get them from natural grocers, so you might have to order on Amazon.
Sprouts has them.
Sprouts has them too.
Yeah, so Sprouts will have
The
these,
Oreo
but the
ones
small ones too.
Tastes like, or I had
the
Oreos
Oreo
yesterday.
ones, yeah,
Bruh.
those blew my mind.
Got me.
I
I
purposely
was like,
swapped out.
yo.
I did it to my kids and I swapped them out. I had an old bag of Oreos and I bought
Right.
these and put them in there.
They ain't even know.
They didn't even know. But
Are these
these,
the ones that Dino was complaining about last week that you slipped them like? you
Yeah.
thought they
no, those aren't the peanut ones, are they?
Yeah,
You know, yeah, those are
He
ones.
want look. He
Yeah.
That's
No,
why we
he
had to
got
start
me
here
good.
because he's
back to
rude.
nature.
He got me good.
I'll let your boys.
And then what is it? Unreal.
Unreal.
But see,
yeah.
the thing is that's 124 plus whatever we're gonna eat today.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
So
sick.
me
Plus,
and you
and
both
plus
are
whatever
already-
BS you was eating that was in
we
the
ain't
trash
talking
bags
about
that you
all
brought
that
in.
stuff.
There's mozzarella sticks and jalapeno poppers.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta revert back.
Yeah.
Just for one day.
Sometimes. I mean, you do what you do.
I'm trying to avoid those.
Hey man.
Them props
So
to you.
we got that out the way.
All right.
Back
It
to
was good.
nature. Unreal.
Yes, sir.
Vegan snacks. You know what I mean? Or you can have 124
Grams of sugar
in
in one serving.
setting.
We have
I
the
just want
sugar.
to say Arby's if you're watching, I'm your guy.
They're not watching.
That might be more sugar than I eat in a week.
Right.
For
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
He doesn't do shit.
I don't do sugar.
No, that's.
I mean, I do
that's-
some fruit. So if you count like in like the
I don't
fruits,
count
good
fruits
sugar.
for the
That's good
fact that
sugar,
like
but
it's a natural. You know what I mean? Like,
but like that's someone pouring sugar like
Yeah.
into that. I'm saying that's
because I'm not gonna lie.
that's-
This here,
yeah.
I
this
feel it right now. Well,
I feel it
I
every
bet
time.
you do. You about to
How
run around
dare
the
you.
block.
bro, if I
You
start
like
sweating,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
if I start sweating, you know. Sure.
That's how I feel with this though. But I just this
you
is,
do that, you start sweating, like the sugar start coming out of you.
Nah, man.
Said the sugar start coming.
That's what happened to me.
No, but I feel it when I take y'all's class.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you'll feel it.
Oh, you're gonna feel it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yeah.
Nah, cause I'm gonna work out before his class in the morning to get it out easy.
All right.
You know?
It's just another leg day.
We'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, moving on in the sports world, we talked about this briefly. I don't know if you know what's it, overtime?
Oh yeah, yeah. This is a great story.
So overtime is starting, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they're starting a basketball league for 16 to 18-year-olds that will pay them. Right?
16?
Who's?
Overtime is like a
The kids.
basketball highlight.
Yeah. Okay. I'm tracking.
Company, like they film all
Like
this
Oddball
stuff,
and all
YouTube
those
coming
videos.
up stars, and it's like Ball is Life.
Ball is like
But
yeah.
it's like it's called overtime.
There's another one outside. I think it's like Og Ball or something like that. It's like another one too that has. But go ahead. Yes.
So, anyways, they're starting a league for the youth. That is, I don't remember the number, but they're supposed to get paid, right?
I thought I read 100 grand. Did I read that wrong?
100
It was something
grand.
like that.
Yeah, offers.
A
Hang
player?
on.
Yeah.
Here's the story.
So,
But yeah, per player, they can make up to $100,000.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait a second. Wait, I read that wrong. I read it wrong. It's better.
it says it pays at least
At least,
$100,000
yeah,
a year.
Wow.
$100,000 a
For
year,
16 to.
Guys and girls.
and provides them a stake in the company. It'll kick off next September with 30 players in an undisclosed location.
That's it, just 30?
So it's gonna be a season.
Well, they're going to start with 30, right? But here's the thing, man. These kids that are, first of all, if you can't get into college, right, or you can't get right, then some of these poor kids, they got nowhere to go, right, and their career is essentially over. And then some of these schools are making so much money off these kids. They might as well. The kids. I mean, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
What are you gonna go watch Duke with? You know, three
We're
guys.
not
that are-
watching Duke at all.
Three guys that are 5'8", because all the best players in the country, all those one and done guys are now playing in this league, right? And so they play there for a couple of years. Now they're pros. They can go into the draft at age 18, right? Or whatever, maybe one more
I
year.
feel some type of way.
Can you play this like when you're in high school though?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
gonna be
they're gonna
professionals
be-
when they're in high school.
yeah.
You can get a job when you're 16, right?
Yeah.
It's the same as like playing pro ball overseas though.
But
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
problem would be the problem would be that if they choose, I think what's gonna happen is if they choose to go that route,
you can't go to college.
they can't go to
They
college
can't go
to
to
play
college.
ball,
That-
and then they can't go that route, or they can't even play high school ball. Because if
Right.
you're in high
Probably
school,
not. No,
Probably not.
right? Because if you're in high school and you're doing, it, I would
Probably not.
assume they would take them out. That's a tough one, man, because I'm with you. I think these players. I mean, come on, man. Like, since you want to bring up Duke, Zion, that game alone, those tickets were going for over 10 grand.
Yeah.
Right.
And then what's crazy is like what a lot of people don't know is like Duke tickets are impossible to get because the first people that get them are students,
The crazy.
and the crazies and stuff. And then after that, it's like a small selection of
I always
people
wanted
that
to
get
go to a
them.
Duke, North Carolina.
Yeah,
Go,
man, like
I'll
that
be
was
on
my
North
dream.
Carolina side.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
That would always
Harrison,
be my dream.
What y'all rank this
Yeah,
year?
but the thing is that they just essentially like I mean, all that money that was made, and none of those players get any
They
of
don't
it.
get any.
But they get an education.
But
that's
they
the
don't.
thing.
But
But
they
see,
don't.
here's-
Because there's
I know
don't
they.
have to.
I know they don't. But that's what everyone says.
Right.
That's
Like,
the
I've
blanket
I've
over
always
the
put
over the
I've always
BS.
put the perception of like, yo, why not do something where, okay, like if you're and again, I'm just throwing it out there. It's not like set in stone type. I didn't think this out, but I'm just saying like, why not do something where it's like, listen, if you're a top recruit, which clearly they can tell who's going to be top recruits. If you're in the top 10 of the first round draft or whatever, here's an insurance money that you're going to get. You can't touch it, you can't use it, but it's yours. You see what I'm saying? To cover whatever. Like you could do something different. Because I mean, come on, man. These guys are making millions of dollars. These schools, these coaches,
I
and
like
these
the way
players.
baseball does it. Baseball says, you know, I'm gonna draft you as coming out of high school, but you don't have to sign, right? So if you don't get drafted where you like, you don't have to sign. You can go to college. But if you sign to go to college, you gotta go for 3 years.
Yeah.
Right. So then you are gonna get an education.
Yeah.
And you and then they gotta treat you like a student at
Right.
that point, right? They got to make sure you get your education, all that kind of stuff, and then you can get drafted again by a different team.
Right.
It gives the player a lot more power.
For
that
sure,
kind of thing,
for
right?
sure.
So if you are the top pick, I mean, if you're LeBron James, yeah, and you're the number one pick, sure, go straight to the league, right? But if you're some dude that doesn't get drafted or gets drafted late in the second round, and you thought you were going to be a top pick, then you have something to fall back on. But
Right.
the way they do it now is just so dumb.
Here's my issue, and I'm gonna bring this up. I think I brought this up with you. I was like, so these guys are being applauded for this. Like, this
I
is
know
a
where
great
you're going.
thing.
I was going to bring this up.
Right?
I know where you're going with it.
And when
Yep.
LeVar Ball did it,
Yeah, it was a problem.
it was like, how dare he? You're exploiting these kids. You're doing this, that. Well, they got to travel the world because they didn't just play in the United States. They were like, we're going to go and play against the best kids everywhere. And maybe, maybe they got a stipend or whatever. But I know the winning team or whatever, everyone got cars. But I'm like, this dude built this already. And caught all the backlash. Every time, oh, there's no one in the stands. This league is trash. It's whatever. And now it's like, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Well, it's
And
I mean,
like,
it's just
yo,
it's
that's
corporate
crazy to
America,
me.
man. It's the fact that these guys are able to capitalize on this. They saw it. They let him be the guinea pig. And when you got, I mean, let's just call it what it is, bro. When you got the money to turn around and say, you know what, I like that idea. And then all of a sudden somebody goes and buys it out. And then what do you do as a LeVar Ball that, yeah, you have a certain amount, you have the funds, but bro, you don't have the cap to go up against, you know what I'm saying? These guys, these guys are sitting down. It's like 5 or 6 guys that are probably sitting at the table of this organization, bringing in billions of dollars to fund. Think about it. If you're gonna put these kids on salary, and you know, 30 kids, you gotta have money to back it. And of course, it's going to be money that were, like you said, the ball was reaching out, trying to get funding and trying to get sponsorship and doing what he had to do the right way. I think it's trash. I think it's trash that he had this idea and he was doing it and he did it well.
But that's part of the problem with LeVar Ball. So because of the way he goes about it, he doesn't get respect, right? I understand what you're saying. He had the right idea. But because of all the trash talk, and I was better than Michael Jordan, even though we know he doesn't actually believe that,
It's marketing.
he loses some respect from a lot of people for the way he says it. Here's the people that are backing this overtime thing. You ready? The company has investors including Brooklyn Nets star Kevin Durant, Portland Trailblazers forward Carmelo Anthony, and Silicon Valley venture capitalist Andreessen Horowitz.
My thing
They got
is,
$1 billion behind him.
why didn't they do that with him? Just
Right.
because he's loud?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense.
You want to know what the truth is? You want to know what the truth is? And I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's the fact that we in our own society don't support each other in our own businesses.
I think it's deeper than loud.
It's deeper. It's deeper than him being loud. It's deep because I mean, let's be honest. I'll be the first, and from my family and friends that know me, like I was like, man, this guy, bro, like. And then as I started kind of seeing what was going on, I'm like, this guy's a genius. Like you got the attention. I mean, think about it. he achieved the impossible. A nobody
yeah,
right.
to get on ESPN multiple times.
Right.
I rather
You know what
watch
I'm saying?
him
Like-
in the actual show.
Yeah, it was
I wish
entertaining.
he had his own
It
show.
was entertaining, and then you look at his kids, and it's kind of like that. And then you look at his son. He went back and bought the team that he played for.
Yeah.
You know, like
Genius
obviously he was
move.
doing, he was doing smart things. But that's the problem, is that people don't want to support the brand. You know what I'm saying, or the movement, and let's just call it what it is. It's because of who we are.
Yeah.
That's the environment that we come up in, where it's kind of like
Everything is competition.
Everything is
And
competition.
Everything is division.
and everything is
So-
a handout, right? Like we're quick. I don't want to. I didn't say this. I was watching it when you put me on to Rock Deep. Shout out to Rock Deep.
Yeah.
I just ordered my pair as well. But
You gonna put? You
Oh,
pull up the
yeah.
shit?
yeah, you
All
gotta
right.
put them out, man.
I'm trying not to kick you.
Thank you, I appreciate. You want me to move?
Yeah, shout out to Rock Deep, you know what I'm saying? Mother Africans right here. Bam! Birthday
Fire.
gift, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
Every color represents something, so you gotta look that up. Shout out to Rock Deep. Go ahead.
I remember
sure.
the purple's royalty. That's
That's right.
But
We
you know,
out here.
he had posted something of another guy that's another black owned business as well, and he was on the Hot 97, and they were talking about it, and he said it. He was like, the biggest downfall to black owned businesses is our own people, and it's the same in the Latin community, because somebody hits them up and it's like, yo, those are dope, those are cool, yo, I love them Arsenal shirts, bro. Yo, let me hold one,
Yeah.
right? Instead of like, nah, listen, and how many times have I gotten on you guys? Hey man, y'all are family, like y'all don't have to pay me, but you pay me. Nah, take this, here you go, boom. And you guys do it, but then somebody else who's supposed to be your boy or whatever the case is, wants a handout, wants this and that, won't support the business, but then will go stand in line and pay $220, $400 for a pair of Jordans that come out, or will sign with a multi-billion-dollar thing where they have stake in the company, they have stocks, they have investments, and they're offering all these things, which by all means, yes, from a business standpoint, right? I get it, but at the same time, it's like you can't come out here and be on the limelight supporting and saying we need to support black movement, we need to do this, and then not help it.
And here's the reality too. It doesn't see like in the third person, whoever you named, I don't know who that is, right? But right away, two professional athletes.
Yeah.
Right? Then people are like, oh, well, this is legit.
Now it's legit,
It's the
right.
same. It's the same. I can say that in fitness, right?
Yep.
If I'm not like, I'm a celebrity until then, it's like, oh, yeah, you're dope and you do your thing.
Yep.
But if it's not celebrity tied,
Certified,
then
blue check.
it's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, that's nice. And that's across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I remember correctly, I can be wrong, but you could look this up for, what was it, a JBA?
Yes, yeah.
I think he had, at one point, part of the conversation was, these kids are gonna get stock in the business.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, this dude's a genius, because he was going to offer that before all of this.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's why I said, yeah, it's not just that he's loud and whatever. He went against the grain. Nobody else was thinking that. All these major basketball players and superstars that have come and gone, Hall of Famers, he wasn't a Hall of Fame ball player. He wasn't, but he had a vision. And I would watch them games, and some of those kids could play.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it
it gives
gave
them-
them
it gives them hope.
gave them hope. They got to travel the world.
Yeah.
How many people don't leave their city? They don't leave their town.
Do you think they underline? I mean, I don't know, but do you think they unspokenly maybe bought out kind of like a patent deal? Like, hey, listen, we'll give you this because we're gonna take your idea and pay them. I mean, obviously we would never know that,
I
right?
don't know.
He wouldn't have had it, but he did it from 6. He wasn't doing 16 to 18. He was doing.
It says 16 to 18.
No, I
But
know.
yeah,
What
No,
I'm
he was
saying.
replacing. College. You're right.
He was doing college, yeah.
So to me, this is a different ball game, right?
In
'Cause
college.
But it's the same thing, though. You're literally talking about verbatim the same platform.
yeah, the same structure, but the age matters, because when you're from 16 to 18, you mean to tell me all of us at 16 get the opportunity to make $100 grand?
All right, we're all taking.
That's crazy, dog.
Absolutely.
Like, my
But
mama
now-
like, boy, get your ass out there and dribble up that court.
But now I wonder though,
Yeah.
like, what effect does that have? What effect does that have? What effect does that have on kids going to school now?
Yeah.
Which that's a whole nother topic as well.
It
because
is, but it's a great topic, because part of me is like this. And
I'm
we can
50-50 with
debate this,
education.
right? Like, because, I mean, I went to school and did all that.
Mhm.
And when I was done, I was like, I don't even.
Mm-hmm.
The memory's great. And I was
Mhm.
like, but this is kind of a game too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're going to school for something specific, you want to be a doctor or nurse or
Yes.
whatever, I'm all like, go do
Yep.
what you have to do.
Yep.
The rest of this, I'm like, this is a business, this is a game as well. And if someone plays tennis or golf or whatever, they don't have to do that. But it's these basketball players and these football players. You have to go. You know they're not going to Duke or any of these places because they want to get a 4.0.
Right.
It's not why they're going. They're going to play. They're going to do what they love. So they get paid without that. Now, hopefully, and I'm sure they will. If they don't, it would be kind of crazy. But hopefully there's something in place that says we're going to teach you how to make this 100,000 or whatever work for you.
Right.
So whether that's investing or stocks or whatever, right? Or don't go spend all your money, like don't pull a Shaquille O'Neal, right? And spend $1 million in one day. But when you don't know what to do, when you come from nothing, you're like, well, I'm gonna buy this, and I never had this money before, so hopefully there's something else in place, and if they can get stock in the company, that's great.
Yeah.
But I just see the two sides of how drastic, like, oh, when this dude got ran through the mud, yeah, I know he's loud or whatever, but that was strategic. And
sure.
I defend them a lot because I sat and watched the shows. And then I saw the other sides of like, okay, you're putting on for the camera, but this is you. He talks trash anyway, but his heart is huge. I see how he treats his family for real. I see how he treats his wife, like, but people don't see that side.
Right.
And so I'm like, yo, this dude created something that was genius. And then got all the backlash. And now it's like, oh, look at this great idea. And it's like, bro, really?
I did say, when you first told me this story, my first reaction was that LeVar Ball was ahead of his time, because it wasn't really until his kids and then the kid who plays for the Knicks started not going to college and started playing overseas and stuff like that. What was the kid who was with the Knicks that was like, he's the first one to do it, the first one
I
to
know
say,
what you're talking about, but I don't.
right? Who was the first one to go? Yeah, I'm not going to college. Everybody's like, what? What are you talking about? You can't go play pro ball somewhere else. You'll never get drafted. And he was still like a number 4 pick or something like that, right?
Right.
And so that kind of started people thinking, oh wait, maybe I don't have to go to college. So I think it's better timing now. I'm not.
It's more, I mean, and the social media and just all that gives him more of an opportunity. Like there's that kid that he skipped college and he did an internship with New Balance.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was just last year, right?
Yeah, it was like $1 million or something like that.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z and them sports agency company or whatever, they negotiated all that or something like that. Jay-Z or LeBron's one of them, but
See, but I don't think. I honestly don't think. I don't think it was before his time, man. Because we had. I see what you're saying. Because it's true. But I think a lot of it. I think the story would have been different if he had the capital to come in and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. This is what's happening. I just think that, to your point that you said earlier, him being loud and this and that, some people just were like, and I don't even think it was them. Like, I think like some of these pro athletes wanted to jump in on it. But their agents were like, hey man, you don't need that backlash.
Right.
Hey man, you don't need this going on.
Because even now, they're all like, yo, LaMelo Ball's the truth. Like all these players are like, yo, wait a minute. Actually, he can play. And actually, you know what I mean? So it's like, you see it now. And, you know, Lonzo's better or whatever. But LaMelo's like that guy.
Yeah.
And it's not up for debate for rookies or whatever.
Right.
But I told you that story when Lonzo was in the draft and he was, you know, what they were saying could have been the number 1 overall pick, right? Phoenix had, I think, the 4 pick that year.
Yeah.
And everybody, I mean, talk radio, they're like, hey, if Lonzo falls to number 3 and the Suns needed a point guard so bad, did the Suns pick him? People are calling in going, there's no way because I don't want his dad.
Yep.
Right? And so, yeah, you can absolutely see how agents are like, listen, man, there's way too much baggage. You don't want to be part of this. And I agree. If it was properly funded, it probably would have worked. Yeah.
It's just sad. You know, it's sad, man, because granted, he's well off. His kids are well off. He accomplished his goal of what his sole purpose was, right? So shout out to him for that. But it's just, it saddens, you know, me and I'm sure you and a bunch of everybody else as well. Just the fact that, like, you know, damn, like you're right there. You know what I'm saying? You were onto something. You did something. You started something, and then to just get shitted on and watch your whole agenda just get taken from you.
But you gotta understand his agenda, right? It might not have. At the end of the day, I feel like for him, and because I watched all this stuff too, right? He wanted to make sure his kids were taken care of, but at the same time, he wanted to give these other kids opportunities. And I think by him being that visionary to go and take that leap of faith,
he became a martyr.
Yeah, now they're doing it, and these kids might actually get another chance.
Yeah.
Because of him.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, he might
Well,
not
and
get the
that's-
money off of it.
But no, that's real, man. Because I forgot what movie I was watching where they said something about that. And it was talking about like the whole what movie was it, man? Anyhow, it was basically this guy went to prison to talk to this dude, and this guy was like a huge like black activist or whatever movie. I think it was like Power or something like that. But the guy said something that like just made my skin crawl because it was so true, and it's like there'll never be another Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or a LeVar because nobody was willing to do what they did, right? And so shout out to him for that, because that's another perspective, right? That like he went against all odds, and he may never, I mean, in some arenas he was banned and like all kinds of stuff, and he went against all odds to now sit back and to, like how you're saying, maybe he's sitting back and being like, hey, my kids are good, but I just opened the eyes to everybody else to where they're now looking at it and saying, yo,
There's a market
hold
for
up,
this,
man, there's a market for this, right? Or, hey, I have another opportunity. Or, you know, people are starting to wake up and realize, man, and it's true. And it sucks because as a college fan, right, like I enjoy watching those games, but as a fan of, as a passionate fan of the sport, I'm like, yo, go get your money, man, because it's not like if these guys are closing these $1 million deals, what are these CEOs making?
Well, you already know.
And we already know, we've had that conversation. So now it's like, yo, if you have a chance to make it, because how many people I guarantee you, we all know somebody that we were like, yo, he would have made it, but just didn't get the shot, gave the life to the streets, whatever the game is, right? Because there was no other outlet. Excuse me, and now you have another opportunity. Well, you can go play high school ball, but if you're not playing for an elite school and you don't think that that's going to get you there, here's another option.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna kick some doors in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anything else?
I told you the story, but I mean, maybe I told you the story. So when I was in high school, I played basketball, and so when I was it doesn't translate properly.
Did they have the 3-point line? Or?
No, yeah, they did have a 3-point line. That's funny.
They play with a square ball.
Exactly, yeah. You just put a peach basket up on the wall. Yeah.
Y'all did the
Thanks,
simple-
Dino. Fuck
They
you.
play on ice.
Yeah, right. So I guess I would have been a sophomore, the equivalent of a sophomore, and on our senior team, our point guard, whose name was Ray Raymond. Best basketball player I've ever seen. I remember the coach one time saying he's open when he gets out of the locker, and it was true. Like he was ridiculous. He could drive, he could dunk, he could shoot three. He was amazing. He was like a star. We had all these college scouts that were in the stands watching him. Dude couldn't get into college. Like he couldn't get in. And he sort of got into a junior college somewhere, couldn't even stay in school there. I don't know what happened. Shout out to Ray Raymond if you're out there, man. Best basketball player I've ever seen in my life. And so a guy like that, with that kind of talent, something like that, I mean, that's what he needed, right? That's what.
Because yo, the G League, trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
But even that, I think they was like they saw what. Because was the G League there before?
It was
G
there
League's been
before,
there. No,
but
the G
now
League-
you can go there instead of going to college.
Right.
Now you can
Well,
play
yeah,
as the
yeah.
new-
Because before it
That's
used
what
to be
I'm
the,
saying,
it,
like,
used
they
to,
up
it wasn't
the
always
money
the G
they
League.
pay,
It was the D League or
D
whatever,
League,
and then Gatorade and all that. Like I think took over, but it was the same thing. But I just think like that's where to me I look at a lot of sports overseas. I'm a huge soccer fan. Like soccer is one of the like they have it down pat where it's the developmental leagues, right? Like what's the point? What's the point of having a G League if these guys never get a chance to get called up? Right? Like if these guys, if your start, like prime example, if these athletes now that they're being forced to play these 40 games or whatever, right? If they're sitting out because they're tired, that's a perfect opportunity to utilize your G League. Because if you got a top-rated player in the G League, bring them up.
I think it's like smoke and mirrors.
It is. It's just to tease them to say we did something. Right, we helped them out
and it
somehow.
shuts stuff like that down,
And it shuts
right?
stuff like that down.
Well, the G League is tied to the NBA, so that make me closer than.
Bro, you
the
get like
JBA
60 grand.
or
My
whatever.
cousin tried out for the G League. He did a walk on and like got an offer and they gave him, I think it was like 60, 70 grand. And he laughed and he was like, bro, I'm an engineer. Like he's like, there's no way for 6 months. It's 6 months out of the year. And this was obviously back then. Obviously the money's more now, but still it's like, I mean, that's a joke. Like to somebody who dedicates their whole life to this. And then you're being told it's like I'm just waving the golden ticket in front of you and you can't grab it. Like, man, that's tough.
Wow. Yeah. So shout out to LeVar Ball. Shout out to overtime too. I ain't mad at him. Do your thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I watched their stuff too.
Dude, we dope.
Moving on, and this might be. I don't want to spoil, but did anybody else here see Coming to America too?
No, I haven't yet. No.
I didn't see it.
You guys are trash. Everybody's fired.
So we were gonna watch it this weekend, and then Anna Montana's like, I gotta watch the first one again because she can't remember what happened in the first one. And what you said was, if you haven't seen the first one, you're not gonna get a lot of the jokes, right? They wouldn't have all the characters.
You're not, and I'm not going to, in that regards, that I'm not going to give away like the storyline and whatever.
Mhm.
I'll say that I think the storyline was great. I liked it as a movie.
Mhm.
I think the problem is everyone wants to compare it to the first one. So again, like in our culture, this is what I'm talking about, right? The competition. Oh, it's not gonna be it's not as funny.
Just let it be.
It's
movie.
a fun movie. It's great to see.
Mm-hmm.
30 years later,
Is it really 30?
all these people still
Mm-hmm.
like I believe there's only one guy who's not the Soul Glow, Daryl, whatever his name was, with the Jerry curl, Eric LaSalle, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Like unless I missed, he wasn't in. He's the only one that I was like, oh
Didn't
man,
the
what happened to
dude
him?
who owned McDowell's in the first one? Didn't he pass away, or was he in it?
No, he's in it too.
Is he really?
Everybody's in it and then some. There's gonna be people in there you're gonna be like, damn, bro, really?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think they did a great job of the cast was amazing as far as blending 30 years ago to now and blending the two totally different generations,
Yeah.
right? But if you go in with the expectation of this is going to be classic like the first one, you're going to be disappointed because like
It's a different movie.
it's a different movie. And the lines from the first movie is what made it.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, you watch Coming to America, you're not just busting out laughing till your stomach hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a good storyline, and then you laughed at the dudes in the barbershop or the girl barking, all that
Bark
stuff.
like a dog.
Yeah.
No, a big dog.
You know,
Yeah,
like
no.
all of that stuff is what made it. It was the one-liners and whatever.
Is that velvet?
So, yeah, what is that, velvet? You know what I mean? All that stuff. And that's all still there.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It's like we're so hard on like, maybe
We
it
do
wasn't
have a
ratchet
negative,
enough. It
yeah.
wasn't negative enough. Like it was a
can't-
positive
you can't
storyline.
never
It's a
please
positive love story within it. It's
Well,
a
because
positive.
everybody goes in with a negative. Everybody goes in with 5 things already wrong, like into every movie, and it's just like I'm with you, bro. I'm huge. Anytime I watch, I love movies. Anytime I watch a movie, bro, I go to see it for what it is, give it a fair shot. And then I give the assessment because it's like things change. There's new directors. There's new.
Well, you gotta think, right? Most sequels don't
Right.
supersede.
Right.
I can only
Right.
think of one sequel off the top of my head that's
Star.
better than the original. Two. I can think of two. The Godfather. I think Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1.
Okay,
And Empire Strikes Back is better than Star Wars. That's the only two I can think of.
right.
Nah, you gotta throw the Cruise in there, dog. Shout out to the Cruise. That second one was funny as hell.
I don't know. The Cruise.
Y'all never seen the Cruise? The cartoons?
The what?
Y'all never seen the cartoon?
Which cartoon?
Is the Cruise? Am I saying it wrong?
I don't know.
The Krugs.
No,
the,
not the Cruise.
Oh, the Croods.
Cruise.
The Croods. Oh, I didn't see the second one. Was it good?
The second one was funnier than the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty funny.
I'll watch it.
I feel like that about like Shrek or something.
Yeah.
The Shreks were
Or
Cartoons.
Kung Fu Panda.
Cartoons
was
sometimes seem to
Or
like
something.
the cartoon
Yeah.
movies sometimes seem to be better. Like part 2 seem to be better than
Yeah.
like actual movies.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
movie wise, like it's very hard to like. It's hard. It's hard to name like a good amount of.
But it
movies.
doesn't mean that some of those sequels aren't great
No,
movies
no,
on
no.
their own,
Great
right?
movies,
It's just,
yeah.
it's
It's
just
like Home Alone too. What?
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
much.
Nah,
But it was
stops
good,
there,
like-
too. You start watching 3, 4, 5, and
Nah,
7,
bro.
Right.
My
Something
homegirl
wrong
was
with
like,
you.
I seen 3. I've never
Nah.
seen 1 and 2. I was like, kill you.
No,
Yeah, she said that.
nope.
I was like,
They need to
wow.
burn those.
But I think overall, Coming to America too, we can move past that. But I think that there's some little extra, right? Where it's like, man, okay, that was too much, right? But overall, it was a beautifully done movie. And I'm kind of biased too because there's at least 2 people in that movie. Shout out to my brother Nate Jackson that I know Nate brought to Tacoma to do comedies years
Oh,
ago,
really?
and we all hung out like this after. So
That's
to see them, it's like, yo, that's Big Labs, and yo, that's Rodney Perry. Like, there's people in that movie where it's like, yo, we hung out with them people. That's dope. You know what I mean? And even, you know, how many? I look at it and say, well, how many jobs did they create?
Right.
Right? I don't know, 6,000 people in that movie or something crazy. Like,
Whose job
and
was
Eddie
it?
Murphy's daughter it was her real daughter debut to play his daughter in the movie.
Oh,
like,
really?
so I think
That's
people
cute.
miss, right? The messages are dope. There's life lessons. As you know, I'm not a father, but like there's life lessons from that, and like there's some stuff about like your pride and your ego, or like the way things used to be, and being open to change. Like it's all there. But if you're just sitting there like this isn't like the first one, you're gonna be pissed off. That was 30 years ago. Why would it be the same?
Right.
Facts.
Why would it be
Whose
the
job
same?
was it to go find Louis Anderson? Because he
They
hadn't worked
got
since
him.
he hadn't worked
He in
since the
there.
last one.
He's in there.
Man,
He makes his little camp. There's some people in there. Rick Ross. There's some.
Yeah,
They shot at Rick Ross' house.
They shot at his house.
There was a
Tyler
couple,
Perry
there was a
studio.
couple people laughing at like just being like just the fact that it was funny to see Rick Ross acting like a soldier, like a tribal soldier, or whatever it was. I haven't seen it yet, but I just saw the clip and people were just dying. Like, yo, hold up, man. Kind of one of those where it's like a little extra, but it was funny.
Right.
Like
Because when I saw it, I was like, that's Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
You
you never
just
see,
had that moment. You're like,
because you
that's
never
Rick
see
Ross.
his eyes.
You're
He's
like,
always
okay,
got glasses,
cool.
so like the clip, he's got his eyes out, so you're just like, wait, that's Rick Ross? And he look, boy, shout out to Rick Ross, man, he slimmed down.
And a lot of these people still look great.
Mm-hmm.
The girl that was in the first one that he fell for, she still looks good. There's some beautiful black women in this movie.
They got the like a dog girl in there.
do they really?
Oh,
She
yeah.
fine as shit.
That's hilarious.
She's in there. When I tell you everybody but the soul glow, everybody's back.
That's crazy.
So you gotta think to go find
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the hell?
the rapper girls.
Yeah.
My name is Peaches. They're on the best. All the DJs won't
That's
feel my
30 years. Wow.
They came back. When the last time you seen them two in that movie?
That's crazy.
So I don't know.
That's
Y'all have to
right.
watch it, but he was the one not there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where he went.
He
Maybe
ain't
he was
died,
just
did he?
busy. I thought that at first, but I don't think so. But I don't know. Watch. I mean, because my timeline was like trash. It's horrible. It's as I knew it. I turned it off. It's too extra. They doing the most. Blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, well let me just watch this as a movie
Right.
and try not to compare the two. So whenever, I guess next week we'll talk about it if y'all
All right,
watch it.
we're gonna watch it.
7
Yeah,
days.
I'm gonna watch it.
But yeah. So
All right.
yeah. Moving on, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. You got nothing.
No,
You want me to move forward?
Yeah.
Usually be like, I got something. Anyway, so back to the vegan world. So I read this about there's a Burger King in the UK that says in 9 years or so they're gonna be like 50% meatless. So they're gonna gradually start taking the meat products off their list. And this is a Burger King.
Does that mean that a burger is going to be 50% fake meat, or it's going to be 50% of the burgers are
It's gonna be-
plant-based
yeah,
and 50%
yeah, 50,
of meat?
yeah, 50.
Okay.
You got like I've
They
always
say
said
they're gonna
this, I'm
have
like,
they're
why-
gonna have meat-free nuggets.
Well, they got those.
I can
I
see
know
that.
the ones
Yeah,
at Trader
yeah.
Joe's are fire. So that
I feel like honestly, man, like it's crazy because when you look, like when you drive around and you look, McDonald's are still popping, right? Like you still see McDonald's. Burger Kings have slowly died down, and then even a couple times that I've gone to like just that they still have the signature like Whopper taste, but like it's just the patties are small. It's all like you can just tell it's the quality's down. But like now that I started playing around with the stock market and understanding like how business works, it's crazy to me how like I look at that and you start seeing they start having a little more like they were the ones that came out with the Impossible Burger. They're the ones that came out with the you know changing the fries and like a couple different things. And I look at it and I'm like, that's a smart place. So it's interesting that like to hear that because I've been saying I'm like, why hasn't the person who creates a fast food vegan drive-through, like I mean that's golden. Like that's literally like. You know, and what better than to revamp your company and say, you know what, McDonald's and Jack and the Crack and all that other stuff, like y'all can have all that. Yeah. I'm gonna market this, and they already think about it. They already have the land, they already have the locations, they already have the name, the brand.
Again, it may have been too early. Do you guys remember? This was probably maybe almost 10 years ago. Taco Bell had a super healthy menu. It's just like a part of their menu. It was like the Taco Bell fresh something.
What are you talking about? Like their
It was like salads and stuff. It bombed. Like it. Look at his face. He's like a puppy. It's like when you shake the treats. And
you ain't even gotta tell me, dog.
look at his face.
Call it what you want. I'm telling you.
You know M&M's, dog.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you better. Listen, nah, don't hand them to me. Y'all grab what y'all want. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna be gigged on. play with me.
Go ahead.
No,
I didn't
but
know
I'm just
Taco
saying,
Bell. I
but-
used to eat Taco Bell.
But
back
Taco
in the
Bell,
day.
I'm good.
They did have.
They tried to do a healthy menu and it bombed.
Yeah.
Like it was terrible. It maybe lasted 6 months. And I actually tried it a couple times. It wasn't bad. Like it tasted pretty good. It was pretty healthy. But again, that may have been before its time, right? Like now, I think that vegan's a big deal now. There's a lot.
Well, their
of vegans,
quality,
right?
I will say, Taco Bell's quality was a lot better when it first came out, and they did have a lot of like vegetarian options
Right.
because it was more vegetarian. It wasn't like vegan. You didn't hear about vegan or plant based.
Right.
It was vegetarian lifestyle, so you did see stuff like that. But yeah, man, I think that to me would be.
Here's
dope.
the problem. So, what's the target market for Burger King and McDonald's and all those things? It's like
It ain't me.
It's like the 18 to 25-year-olds and Chad,
Right.
right?
Arby's is next. We
Yeah.
got the fake meat.
Right.
Bro,
What?
But you know what I'm saying?
We lost the meats.
I'm gonna let you
Right.
finish.
That's their target market, right? They're trying to get young people that want large quantities of food for a small amount of money,
Yeah,
right?
99% meaning.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know that a lot of those dudes. I mean, when you were 18, were you thinking, man, I'm gonna go get a vegan burger? No. And are all the vegans all of a sudden gonna be like, yeah, Burger King, great idea? I don't
We're
think
not.
that's gonna happen either, right?
I'm gonna speak for myself and us, but no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So I'm not sure that's the right direction. I understand why you're saying it, why they did it, and it got a pop to their stock price and everything like that. But I don't know. That's
I think they will.
They just
because-
know that there's a market, so it's
You know-
gonna work in their benefit because
Yeah.
that's where the world. I mean, look what we're eating.
And I
because they
think
look
too.
like they're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not only that too, but I think we live in a generation now where, like you said, like us growing up, we didn't think about that, man. We were like, man, give me all that nasty stuff. But now,
It tastes good.
right, it tastes good. It's late night food, the munchies, whatever
Right,
you want
right.
to call it. But now, one, these kids nowadays are fad followers, right? So wherever the fad is, wherever the new movement is, that's what they're going for. But two, all it takes is for one celebrity, because McDonald's capitalized when they had the Travis Scott burgers, the J Balvin burgers. People were going crazy. My son was like, "Can we get the Travis Scott burger? Oh my God, I got the Travis Scott burger." It's literally a fucking, excuse my language, it's a Big Mac.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
it.
remember, yeah.
Nothing changes, bro. They added an extra patty.
Yeah.
Wow.
This guy made millions, and McDonald's skyrocketed. I watched their stocks, bro, just skyrocketed. I'm like, so all it would take is to find a celebrity out there, a Kenyatta, you know what I'm saying, to represent the brand. You know, because
there's gonna be a
there's
picture
lot
of
of
Kenyatta.
Because there's a lot of celebrities that people don't
I would
realize.
do it,
that
low-key.
are. Why not?
I would
You
do
just
it.
said you wouldn't eat it.
What?
A vegan Burger King burger. You said you
Hey
would
man,
do-
you think Shaq drives an Oldsmobile?
I know Shaq gets his Epson printer ink. I've seen that commercial so many times in the last 2
Yo,
weeks.
how come
You
you
think
could taste
Tiger
the
Woods?
flavor?
Well, maybe he does.
Tiger Woods drives a Buick because I just saw him wreck it.
How come you could
I
taste
just
the
would
flavor?
take the picture. I probably wouldn't eat it. What's that?
How come you could taste like the actual flavor?
Because it's great.
I struggle with all this shit. So, grew up country as hell, eating fried food. We had fish fries every Friday, right? Grow up later. Well, in my era, it was like a big thing to start eating salads, right? So we started eating iceberg lettuce. Got an outside at Walmart, right? Come to find out, iceberg lettuce ain't shit.
Right.
So that ain't healthy. So then you go to like fast forward later, right? You got vegetarians, okay. And you got vegans, okay. And you got the normal shit. So for me, the person who's not really educated on none of this shit, and now it's the plant-based, I'm like, what the fuck is all this other stuff? Because I thought the vegans was the plant, and then I got the vegetarian, that's the plant too, with some cheese on the weekends, and then I got this plant-based. So my confused ass is like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Where's my Arby's? Because I can go there and get
The meat.
The meats.
Pause.
Here's the problem. If you don't, like, I know some super unhealthy vegans. I know lots of people that
Yeah,
went
yeah,
vegan and then had, like, they look like they're gonna die, right?
Yeah.
And so they had to switch back because they don't, you have to really understand what you're eating.
Yeah.
I know you're super careful about what you, like, you're a super label reader.
I had to spend the time to unlearn. Because the first time I didn't know. And I was just like, yeah, I guess beans and rice and broccoli. Lentils and beans and rice and broccoli and I was like, who lives like this?
Bro, who would be in the same room
And
as
then-
you after just
right,
eating beans
right.
and lentils for a week? Man.
Yeah. So it's like, but then you have to be okay with like you said, there's unhealthy vegans. just because someone says vegan doesn't mean it's the greatest thing ever.
Right.
It just means there's less BS in there than there would be in the regular. Maybe it's not 80 grams of sugar, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20, whatever. But
Right.
if you,
Or even
what I
just the
typically
sugar
do is
intake
I'll read
itself
the
is different.
ingredients and be like, well, I can pronounce these words, so I know what this is.
That's what Elizabeth told
And
me.
so
Yeah.
that's what it's, but it's like, be okay with like, yo, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It can be confusing because what people want is, this is the way. So I don't like titles. So I joke with people, I'm like, I'm trans vegan. They're like, what?
You identify as vegan? Is
I
that what that is?
identify as trans vegan. So like, and that was in the beginning. So I was like, I'm transitioning into the vegan world. So if I eat these hint of lime or something and it has milk in it and I didn't know, I'm not gonna go hide under the table and beat
Right,
myself
right.
into the ground if something has honey in it, or, oh, I bought a new car, I got leather seats. Mine don't, but there's vegans that are like, no, that's animal.
Mm-hmm.
What are your shoes made out? Like so within the world of vegan, then there's
levels.
all these levels.
Right.
So I'm not trying to, I can't please all, like, I don't care. I'm not trying to please all y'all people.
I meant to
feel
ask you
good.
that though. Do you also go to that extent too? Like, because I have met like people like that as well. Like, I got clients that will be like, nah, bro, don't. What's in that brush? That's boar's head. Nah, I can't use that. Like,
No, because,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Like straight up. been
so
like,
here's
bro,
what
like-
I'll do.
and
I
oh
will
my God.
not do that. And then maybe I'll see something on Instagram, social media that's like, hey, here's a vegan brush.
Right.
Oh, okay, let me look into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe I'll get that.
Right.
But I'm not like, you're a barber, you got to do your job. Like,
Right. Right.
but I told you from jump, my reasoning, people can get mad if they want, was not about animals in the first place.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's a different.
that's later for me, like, oh, okay, I understand. But like,
Mhm.
how do you, like, I've seen a vegan leather company make leather
Mhm.
jackets. So I'll save this stuff and be like, okay, if I really want a leather jacket, let me do it that way.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to search for that or be like, oh, I can't wear this in my closet because it got
You
leather
had
or
well, just like you
whatever.
said, there's levels. So your level and your focus is on more so the eating and the health and wellness of.
Mine is more of
Yeah.
a feeling,
Feeling,
and
right.
then saying, "Hey, look, you like M&Ms? Then try these
Mhm.
instead." Right? Does this make this great and healthiest thing ever?
No.
No, but it satisfies the sweet tooth or whatever, right? But at least I know that, like, hey, there's not a whole bunch of red 40s and blue 5 and
Right.
yellow 5, and right? It's not in there.
Right. But remember we talked about with the ice cream, I was
Mm-hmm.
saying that my daughter's boss, she's a vegan because of the environmental impact, right? So
Right.
people become vegan for all kinds
For
of
all
different
different
reasons.
reasons,
For you, it's because of your health, right? And your situation with your dad.
Yeah.
Some people it's environmental, some people it's about animals, right? So it kind of depends on why you're vegan, too,
Yeah,
right? What
yeah.
your purpose is there. So
But I think you touched on something that is truly important, man, and it's understanding that like you're learning, and it's just like in the fitness world, like when you try to learn, you know, when you get people that are like, oh, I need a meal plan, I need this and that, right? People just want the easy, here, eat this. This will help you. Eat this. This is what you need. 6 ounces of this. Instead
Yeah, I
of,
like that.
right, taking the time to say, okay, hey, listen, like, what are you asking? Like, prime example, I did it with my cousin when he was teaching me just different ways to eat. He wasn't giving me a diet plan or whatever. He was just saying, okay, look, this is what you need to do. This is what you should be averaging based on your body weight. And if you want to look, like, he taught me the formula, but then he was like, that's on you on what you want to eat.
Right.
And then it becomes trial and error. And I think we as in society, like, we've lost that drive to say, let me try this. Hey, I'm gonna try this as opposed to the regular M&Ms and see how I feel. And I love how you always share that, because I've become more aware of that. And I love to cook. I love to, you know what I'm saying? But I've become more aware of that verbiage of like, I do it more of like, let me understand how my body feels when I eat this, as opposed to, oh, you know, because I'm starting to get it a little bit joking around, people like, oh, you know, now you going vegan, your girl's this and that because she's doing. I'm like, nah, I'm paying attention, man. I got a stage 2 rosacea. Like, I know that this can turn into like a cancer and get even worse. I noticed that if I eat certain things, my face will flare up more. But if I eat this, it doesn't as much.
Right.
So then it's like, I understand, okay, well, let me start transitioning to
The
certain
same
things.
way, right? It can get worse.
It can get worse.
It can get better.
Right.
Both sides, right? And that's across the board. Like, if you see, so I got a homeboy named Badass Vegan. I think I said this before, and I wish I had a picture. One day we'll have the technology to show y'all this dude's face when he was eating meat and drinking sodas and whatever. I look at the proof, right? That's not my story, it's his. And now his face is clear and it glows and whatever, like, and you can't argue it when you see it. You're like, well,
yeah.
And what do we say? Well, you are what you eat. Word?
It's different for different people though too, right? Like everybody has, so like I can't eat, like we were just saying, I can't eat sugar, right? I mean, you're a vegan, but you eat a lot of sugar. You got a like a, what do you call yourself, your inner fat child? Or whatever you say,
inner
right?
fat child.
Right.
And he is in there like.
Yeah. So if I ate as much sugar as you eat, I would be a mess, right? But then things like meat and chicken and pork don't bother you. But if you, I know that you can't even be around the smell of pork. Like, right?
Pork makes my stomach hurt.
Right.
Like really bad. Just the smell.
Yeah.
Like even in a grocery store now, if I go by like the meat section, and I'm not trying to like convert people, it literally smells like death. Which used to make me like, let me go get some boar's head or something, right? Like I used to, and I used to be like, oh, the meats. Pause. Now it's like, oh my God. And it's crazy because your senses change.
Right.
So yes, I think people should get blood work done. I think they should really find out. I haven't done that yet. I did find out I have 0 visceral fat though.
It was you get your sweater, you cold again?
Zero.
You got
Nah,
visceral
man,
fat?
it's warm.
All he does is bitch about how it's cold. He's got no visceral fat.
Hey man, that's a good. I'm 43.
Whatever, bro.
0 visceral.
I'm not cold.
That shit.
Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce that shit.
I'm not either.
Yeah, now you're not right now.
But yes, I do eat sugar, and I want people to know that because they think I just eat salads. We went out last night,
Right.
and one of the girls was like, "I was eating tater tots."
Which were so good, by the
They
way.
were good.
They're the best tater tots ever. But anyway.
But we're not plugging that.
No, we're not.
Good. And she said, "Oh my God, you eat that?" I said, "Well, they're potatoes." So yeah. But the conception is, or the perception is,
What's the lack of
You
knowledge?
just eat leaves.
I just eat salad. And I'm
Yeah.
over here chewing on a mint leaf
Yeah.
Yeah.
and parsley.
Yeah.
Well,
And
it's
I'm like,
people just
put
don't
some salt
understand,
on it.
man. It's the lack of knowledge, and then it's
Really?
like
Right.
it's even like I love the episode when Kevin Hart was with I think it was Joe Rogan when he was talking about it, and they were asking him, and he's big on the I think it's the Impossible or Beyond. I think he's on the Beyond, and he's like, yeah, I love it. You know, I just felt like it just felt better. I felt better, and I just started liking it. And I ate it. But he was like, oh, so you don't eat nothing? He goes, hell no. He's like, I love chicken. He's like, I still eat chicken once a week. You know what I mean? And I think what people don't understand is that, and I'm trying to understand it, right? Like I'm by no means anywhere near 43 looking phenomenal, you know what I mean? But I'm working towards it, right? But my whole thing is like, it's understanding that it's a formula. Everybody's formula for your body is different. Right? Because we can all do the same workout and we're all going to get a different formula or a different outcome. And it's the same thing with eating. I think like for me, I'm starting to notice like I love chicken, but certain chicken I don't like. Certain places I go, or if it's too fried, I'm like, nah, I'd rather just do it at home and grill it, right? Or something simple like rice. If I eat rice outside in public, I bloat. But if I eat rice at home, I don't, because I wash it, I clean it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a different process. So I'm starting to understand what formula works for me. You know what I mean? And I think that's my message I would say to people that are out there wanting to expand and explore and this and that. Like, find what works for you. I told you all the time, when you put me onto this, man, thank God you put, because I'm a snacker.
Me too.
Like I love it.
I'll
I'll go
all
all
the
day.
snackers out there.
Yeah, I'll
That's
go
how we
all
get
day and I
down.
won't work.
Get some.
But I'll come home and I'll throw down on some chips or you know what I mean, or whatever. And a lot of times I'll get that soda for a fix. My sister just put me on when she was out here. She bought a can of bubbly carbonated water. Yeah.
Trash
So no. But what's funny is I've tried all of the other brands, the LaCroix, whatever, whatever, the stevia and all that. I can't stand them because I can't stand that sugar taste or whatever. I don't know that's in it, the stevia or super, whatever it is. I don't like it. But she got me these, and I was like, I tried the first one. I'm like, okay. I found myself in the middle of the night. I was like, yo, I'm craving a soda. And I was about to go to the gas station. I live in Cave Creek, man. So I was like, I went downstairs. I said, oh, I got one of these. Instantly satisfied. And then I was sitting in my room reading it, and I'm like, yo, this is literally
Water.
water.
Yeah.
Like
And
there's
bubbles.
nothing else.
Yep.
And I said, and then it says just infused with actual. I think the one that she got was passion. It was like passion fruit and something or whatever. And I was like, yo, I'm just gonna start buying these because it satisfied the craving, right? Like that's just the whole thing, man. I don't want
That's
to go
what
on
it's
a
about.
rant,
'Cause
but
there's so many different, right? Like if Ernest was here, Ernest has a brother who's like raw vegan, so he could bring a whole different
Right.
element.
yeah.
Elizabeth, who did the hydrocolonic,
Yeah,
I don't know if she still is, but it's like more of a raw vegan.
yeah.
So I will surround myself with these people because I want to learn from them.
Yeah.
But I don't need the titles. And I feel like everyone, like if you say, oh, you're vegan, and then they think that like I'm pushing it on you. Where I'm like, you can eat your chicken right next to me.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
I'm gonna eat what I'm eating. You're gonna eat what you're eating. Fine.
Right.
But there are those out there who push it down your throat and make people feel guilty. And I'm like, man, you know what I mean? Because there's so many layers. It's like you can line up a bunch of animals if you're that person and then say, okay, where do you draw the line at what meat is okay?
Yeah.
And when it gets, it's cow, horse, whatever, donkey, kangaroo, all this is good. And then it's like cat, dog, bird. No, this isn't.
Yeah.
So how do you find that line? You don't. But like, I don't get into that.
You
Yeah.
can only eat the ugly animals.
You
That's-
mean?
if they're cute, you can't eat them.
Oh, like that. Y'all was eating them fried javelinas last night?
Right. Yeah.
Trash patties.
Javelina.
So for you, like,
All that shit is confusing, bro.
right,
It's
but
really-
don't put so
yeah,
much
don't-
pressure on it,
Oh,
right? I know, I see your argument.
He said, I'm cool with the argument.
But it's cool though.
But
like,
what I found for me is that like I grew up like we eating chicken every day and like fried. Now as I've gotten older, I don't eat that much meat realistically. Like
Yeah.
I'm on a lot of white fish, and it's not even that I wanted to. It's just because of how I felt.
right, and that's
It's crazy. Like,
That's
I did
the
that
thing.
too. The whitefish thing.
Yeah.
Like I went through like that phase where it was like, and then you look back and you're like, damn, when was the last time I ate like
You don't even
steak,
think
right?
about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you forget about it, and it's just. I think your body just evolves and it adapts, right? Like we're all
Your
different
body,
ages and stuff, and you know the transition of different things. You know, as you grow and as you learn, you start. I think for me, I love food, so certain things I won't say I'll never, but like. Like I love a good steak or I love certain things, but then I'm starting to understand I actually enjoy a lot more vegetables and a lot more, you know what I'm saying, different, ways of cooking things and you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's kind of like,
cilantro's trash. What?
nah, cilantro's bomb, bro. You just got naughty.
No, there's no God, no. I have a gene.
He's
There's
got a
nothing
genetic
you can do.
disorder. He's got a genetic
It tastes like
deficiency.
soap.
He's
There's-
the only.
there's-
Did they like shove it down your throat when you were a kid? or something?
Nah, I never had cilantro as a kid. I didn't even know what that was.
So how all of a sudden it just became soap to you?
Well, I never even had it. But when I used to have it and I didn't know what it was, there was always an awkward taste. Like if it
But
was
were
on
you
a-
okay? Were you getting it as like it was just like a chunk of
It was like,
cilantro thrown
no.
on there? Or it was like,
it would be like, oh, I ordered this whatever pizza.
uh-huh.
And they would put cilantro in there, right?
Who the fuck is John?
But I would be eating
Yeah.
and then I would be like, what is that? But I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I just like, whatever this green leafy thing is horrible. And then so then I didn't know the difference between cilantro and like parsley. So then
Yeah.
if I ever seen anything remotely close, I would pick it off.
Yeah.
Then later, because of social media, this thing comes out that says, hey, some people have a gene, it's in their that cilantro tastes like soap.
You're
Oh,
not
this
gonna-
is
you're
an
not gonna
actual-
say-
This is
you're not gonna
real.
say defect. You're not gonna say
It's not a
genetic
defect. Look it up. Don't say defect. It's a real thing. So for
It
me,
is.
it tastes like soap. So if it's in something and I catch it, everything is gross after that. Like I can't. And then you can't get that out. It's like, yo, I'm chewing on a freaking dial bar.
That's
like
crazy.
a Dove bar.
I never knew
not
that.
the ice cream. So
I was only asking, one, I didn't know that was a real thing,
it's
but
real.
two, I was just asking because I'm like, obviously being Latino, like we cook with cilantro and culantro.
But
and,
black people don't cook with
yeah,
cilantro.
but
growing up.
the thing
We
is
put
though is
pig
that we
feet and
also
stuff.
know that it's such
Oh,
a
no.
Ham
strong,
hocks,
Yeah.
it's such a strong smell.
Pig
Like, you're not
knuckles.
supposed to use a lot of it. That's why I was asking, like, were they just dumping it when you had it? But I didn't know that it was like a.
You can actually, they'll actually, if you go to Ancestry DNA, like one of those things, they'll actually tell you if you have the cilantro
That's funny.
aversion gene.
Nah.
It's not a single gene, by the way. It's multiple. It's a
Is it
combination.
like stonewash jeans?
Yeah, like
What?
that. Yeah, it's a combination of multiple.
Holy jeans?
But they can tell you if you have the cilantro
Billy jeans?
aversion.
All right.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's a real thing.
I never knew.
However, depending on how it's made, like so at Takaya, they have cilantro rice,
Mhm.
Yeah, cilantro
and I
rice.
can cilantro lime rice.
Yeah.
I can get that, and there's nothing.
Mhm.
Is the lime?
I don't know, but there's nothing.
Well, that's why I'm asking is because as somebody who understands it and cooks with it, you have to understand like it's all in how it's used because it's a very strong. It's like rosemary. If you ever cook with
All I
rosemary,
need is
it's a very
little,
strong.
a little piece. It don't, and I'm be like, ugh,
So then, how do you eat their rice?
because I feel like they shred like it's not even.
It must not
Like,
be very much in there.
It can't
No,
be
it ha-
because
there
you
is.
can't.
It's in
Because if
there.
I got the taste, I would be like, yo, you gotta swap that out.
Right.
Because it's gonna ruin the whole burrito for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Go home
That's
and
cool.
try some soap, and then you welcome to my world.
No, I'm cool. I'll keep enjoying my.
Do you
cilantro.
find out
More
something
for
else?
me.
No?
I thought this was interesting. So they said that they did a test on twins, and of identical twins who share the same DNA, more than 80% agree on whether or not cilantro tastes good or doesn't taste good. But fraternal twins, it's only about 50% of them that agree, which I thought was interesting.
My
But-
nieces love cilantro.
Yeah.
Are they
They're
twins?
yeah, they're twins, identical twins.
So we're gonna move on to the next part of the show real quick. I don't know if y'all ready for this.
I'm ready.
Oh, Freddie B's ready. Anyway, this section of the show is called
Where They Do That.
You know what I'm saying?
Que lo que?
Okay, I reloaded. So I seen this clip. It's been going viral. I don't know if y'all seen it. This wrestling basketball.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Wrestling.
pull it up because I want you to see this.
Wrestling basketball.
All right.
I thought it was a joke. ESPN reposted it. These dudes is full on outfit. The one piece, the Andre the Giant, the outfit.
It's a league.
I don't know, but I saw
There ain't no-
Shaq wrestling.
Nah, bro, it's in Russia. It's based out of Russia, right?
There's
And
a lot of things going on.
it's
in
a
Russia.
sport called rugby. So it's like wrestling, rugby, and basketball and football, like in one.
This
And
ESPN
it's
clip
a
is what I'm
real
looking for.
thing. And I'm like, so apparently where they do that at is in Russia. But I was like, what are y'all doing? Like,
Is
what,
that like
how
the,
did we get
remember
here?
the trampoline basketball that they used to have?
Trampoline slam ball was
Slam
dope,
ball.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
Slam ball was dope.
Oh shit.
You know, you thought I was playing with the one piece?
Wait, so they don't even dribble?
No, bro.
You see the
and
way
look,
he hit him?
they gonna wrestle. It don't matter who got the ball.
So you just pick somebody and wrestle.
Why didn't he shoot? He's open.
I think you have to get to the.
He
I
had
think
a
it's
jump
layups
shot.
though. I don't know the rules.
Well, there's no rules. That dude just ripped that other guy's head off. They
It's
didn't
like
even get the-
rugby,
But they're not like you're supposed to shoot like I'm confused.
bro. Look,
This
he
is
don't even
chaos.
have the ball.
This,
No,
yeah.
I get that,
You
but
can't
like,
dribble.
what is he supposed to do? Oh shit!
He scored.
The game's over 2-0 because one dude scored.
Yeah.
Everybody, look
Look.
at this. They're just killing each other.
Yo, I would play this.
There's no ball. There's just two dudes wrestling over on the
Yeah.
side.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro, this is like
Bro,
this is a
this is
testosterone.
real.
This is a Viagra sponsored.
It's the blue chew. Of,
Yeah, the blue chew of. I mean, the dude got body
Bro.
slam, bro.
Yo, them
It's
dudes is
called-
brawling too, bro. They ain't little.
Nah, they ain't no little dudes.
He shot a jumper. Oh.
Why did you get that rebound? Because someone just put me on my
Y'all at
ass.
home, look up rug ball.
Rug
Look
ball.
it up.
Wow.
If you want to see this,
This
clip.
is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's
So you-
punching him.
Yeah, look,
And then somebody, he goes
All
to
the
set his
smoke.
feet, somebody just jumps
Nah,
on
bro,
top
that
of him.
dude who went
no
for the
traveling.
layup,
You could dribble when you want. He
This
shot a
is
three.
crazy.
The dude-
Hit the three.
dude
Big
went
dude
for
hit
the
him with
layup,
the.
though. My man-
You know what I'm saying? He hit him with the
Bro,
three.
my man went up to lay it up this way, and somehow the whole body went flat. He was just
It's like
flat
90s
there.
basketball. But yeah, so would you play?
Nah, bro, I'm
No.
out.
Hell yeah.
I know you would.
That
I
shit,
would not
that-
play.
Just like you said, that's 90s basketball right there.
Am I the only one that's old enough to remember?
You gotta wear the
Breakfast
one
Club?
piece.
Did you see the
I got one
Breakfast
at the
Club?
crib.
Nah, I know the show that's on YouTube.
Yeah, you never saw the
Charlamagne
Breakfast
the
Club.
God,
The,
you know.
the movie, yeah.
I don't remember
You know when
it.
they-
I know it was a thing.
They asked Emilio Estevez, you wear tights? He goes, no, I wear the required uniform. He goes, yeah, tights. Right? I'm not.
Because of the outfit.
Nobody's
you don't
putting
like the outfit.
Nobody wants to see me in that outfit.
I don't know them. It's all white dudes.
I'm
Y'all
aware of
started
that.
this.
I'm just saying, no, none of those white dudes look like me.
It's 8-4.
Yeah, that's probably the end of the game too.
That
'cause-
was.
Y'all ain't never trained in a onesie?
Nah,
No.
bro. What are you talking
I
about?
got one at the crib. I'm gonna wear it to the gym, bro.
Don't do that.
Don't.
Yeah, matter
No.
of fact, Saturday.
Don't do that. There'll
Tomorrow.
be kids.
What's wrong with
There'll
tomorrow?
be children there on Saturday.
I'm gonna have a couple, man.
A couple?
Cup.
A cup.
Oh, a couple.
Yo, them shits is
They
like,
snap at the bottom.
bro, it's like,
Bodysuit?
no, you just put your, like,
You just
I
jump
got
in with it.
arrested because we went as American Gladiators.
You're gonna get a yeast infection.
You went as Does it hang in your closet next to your pink blazer?
And I got a Care Bear onesie too.
A Care Bear onesie.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
say you gonna get it.
Yo, if you ever train, look up, well, if you look up CT Fletcher and
I know.
Mike Rashid,
I know.
they got the onesies on,
Yeah,
bro.
but there's CT Fletcher and Mike Rashid. You know Mike Rashid live out here. I see him in Whole Foods sometimes.
I almost cut it in.
I mean, he don't know me, but I know who
He got a crib here in LA, right? Or something.
something like so.
He
Yeah,
got
in
here
the
and-
OC, I seen his
he in
house.
Chandler, he
Yeah,
live in
yeah.
Chandler.
One of my boys lives in, I think, the same building that he lives in out there in Cal.
Oh, he be training at Independence.
But
Yeah,
He's all over though.
he's huge.
Jack,
Yeah,
bro.
he's
Yeah.
huge.
He fight too.
Yeah, I seen him boxing.
That's man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reached out to him. I tried to get it.
So
Yeah.
there's some people that it's okay if they're wearing a onesie.
Yeah, we ain't there yet, bro. Let's
Yeah,
just
we
be
are.
honest. Nah.
You can wear a onesie. I'm not wearing one.
Who?
You.
No, I'm good.
I'm saying
He
you
wants
could.
to wear
I'm
one.
saying you could pull it off.
I could not though, and
My
say what I
budget-
did.
No.
My bus driver titties almost gone. Y'all give me a couple more months and no
Well,
more
that
Arby's.
Arby's set you back. 3
Right,
months.
yeah.
That definitely put some
It's
milk
gonna
in
come
them
out.
joints.
Tomorrow, Chad, you sweating or are you lactating?
Yeah,
Like, I'm already
Yeah.
sweating for real.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
Yeah.
I'm like, grab some water.
This sugar, man.
Oh,
Sugar water.
That was
oh
nasty.
that damn
That was
milkshake.
nasty.
I'm chocolate vanilla.
Man.
Yeah, that was a good ass
Still
milkshake.
taste that Oreo.
Gross.
Like 124 grams recycled.
Oh.
Oh, shoot.
Yo, Chad, don't even come
Yeah,
to class.
don't-
I'm
Please
just
don't.
gonna-
Or if you
I'm
come,
just
stay
gonna look
behind me
back.
because I can't look at you.
I'm gonna look back and just look at Chad and just bust out laughing, yo.
Don't do it, bro. We ain't ready.
That's horrible.
This
Yo,
is about to
you
be
do
the
it,
milkman.
you gotta have a high tube sock, so too.
So here's
I mean,
something
you gonna
else
do it all
in
the
the where they do that at, because
Yeah,
this
me
just
too.
happened today out here. You got the iPad, so
What am I looking up now? I feel like
I
this is
called
my
it
job
Karen's Gone Wild.
Oh yeah, that was
happened?
right by my
Fashion. I
house.
was at Fashion Square yesterday.
now. Mhm.
What
That was what
Fashion
was it
Square
there
Mall
or was
today.
it? No, I think it was at the.
Fashion Square, I think.
What happened?
I didn't know. I thought it was at the Kierland one.
No.
Tell me the story so I can look it up.
These ladies was fighting. The Karens went wild inside of Bed Bath and Beyond, and it was like all over social media a couple hours ago.
I want to say it
But
was
it was
at
just
the
interesting.
Fashion
Scottsdale.
Square Mall, huge ball break,
Okay.
huge brawl breaks out. Easy for me to say.
Yeah,
Huge
say that
brawl
3 times.
breaks out at Bath and Body Works in Fashion Square Mall.
Fashion Square.
This is
I was
awesome.
just in there. That's why I don't go to the mall.
Can you imagine if Anna Montana was in there?
Oh, she would have
That
hit
would
with
have
that
been
3-4.
so
Yeet, yeet.
sweet.
Night.
She would have.
They would have been like, woman beat 7 women for not wearing a mask. I don't know what started it. But
Oh my God, this is like the people that work there. They are like throwing hands.
Well, so I
I'm not
guess
sharing it with the people.
what it looked like, it was like they.
Let me back this up to the beginning.
So it looked like one of the ladies got at it with one of the employees,
yeah.
and then that's how it broke. It started.
So I don't know if
but
it
I don't
was-
know the whole story.
I don't either. So we don't know the story. You guys have to look it up. But where they do that at is obviously Scottsdale, man. Stay classy.
Shout out the staff though, because they all jumped in and
They
whooped her
jumped in.
ass.
Oh no, it's more.
And then somebody else is trying to get in and
It
defend.
says started over someone cutting in line.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, you should be able to punch someone if they cut in line. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Bath and Body Works for them bath
Them
salts,
candles,
them
baby.
candles.
They had a sale on them candles.
This is brilliant.
Yeah, Karen's gone wild, man. Shout out to all y'all in this ridiculous violence. Stop cutting people in line before you get 2-piece.
Damn. Over some candles, bro.
Right, over some bath, some body wash.
Bro, I didn't even see it. Like when you watch the video, they look like they didn't even have nothing in their hands.
No.
Well, she doesn't anymore.
I didn't see nothing on the floor besides all the.
I actually don't like going to that store.
I hate that store. I can't.
The
Not a
smells
fan.
It's
Yeah,
too
it's
over.
it's too much.
Yeah,
I get a headache.
Me too. I hate it in there.
That's a lot.
You know why I don't like it? Because when I was a kid, my mom used to take me into that store. Or she would always lie to me. I just gotta go real quick into the store.
That's
Oh,
all.
that's
3
the-
hours
Yeah,
later,
good luck.
I be in there just playing, filling up the little bubble things.
Good luck.
I'm sending this to my wife right now.
Yeah.
And you know why I don't rock with them anymore, man?
Wow.
Cause
They
I
got
started
black
peeping-
soap.
No, that too. But I started peeping, man. All they do is recycle their same thing. They just change the label.
Oh.
I peep game. Like if you watch like some of their stuff, they
Yeah, so
literally
shout out to Gardener's Garden, man. If you don't want to have to deal with getting beat up and you don't have to cut no lines, Gardener's Garden, you know what I mean? Holla at your boy, link in the bio. Okay.
Yeah.
No
They
thanks.
change the label.
Yeah, that's crazy.
like it's
So,
true.
yeah,
Like
that
you'll get like a midnight something, and they'll come out and be like, oh, new scent, new flavor, whatever it is, and then you look at it and you're like,
Did he say flavor? Is he eating it?
I don't know. Maybe.
well,
it
because they
tastes
got
good.
like blueberries and
Don't
donuts
eat it.
and all
Something
that
that's
other
supposed to
stuff.
Get you some body butter,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Stop playing with
Yeah,
yourself.
man.
Bodybutters.com. Handle that.
Hold up, man. You can't just say stop playing with yourself as if I'm playing. Like,
That wasn't directed towards you.
no, but that was just bad timing.
It was right on
Don't
time.
make me
though.
go Karen on your ass.
Don't Karen me. I didn't cut in line. I
No, but it's
promise.
true, man. Check it. Like, yo, I don't like that.
I don't like the mall. Period.
I've gotten to that point. I mean, I don't like big crowds anymore. anyways.
Malls are trash.
I fucking love them all.
Ugh.
I'm
Can't
in
do
that
it.
bitch all the time. I love it. I'm in
Really?
there shop. Hell yeah, bro.
If somebody
That's
knows.
where you met me at.
True.
Yeah,
Pause. I was selling them a hat.
first date.
And he wasn't in the onesie.
He was trying on bras at Forever.
He was
21.
trying on the onesies is what it was.
I was in there getting me a fitty, bro.
Oh,
Here's the
man.
thing. So Chad shows up last night at the club, wherever we were at, in Mr. 70s outfit with like the pointy
Butterfly
collars
collar,
and the
chest
big old
hairs out.
glasses and
When
stuff
you walked
like
in,
that.
bro, when you
I was
open the
fly
doors,
as
did
shit,
you hear
bro.
the waka chicka waka chicka waka?
Hey man,
Yeah.
all in my car too, man. I was listening to
Super
Shaft. I
I
was
dig
getting
it.
hit on and stuff. They were like, hey man, like I appreciate the look. You know, I was like, yeah, I was questioning it with y'all. Thank you. And then I seen Freddie getting out of face like, who is this mother?
I'm just
You was
saying,
dapper.
Chad
Came
spends a
from
lot
dapper.
more money on his appearance than the other three of us do.
Oh,
Probably,
yeah.
probably Chad together, like by himself, spends more
No,
than
do not let Dino fool you. He is not.
Yeah,
no-
he stayed fresh
Come on,
too.
it's-
He in the
yeah.
gym. Yeah.
He got clothes for days.
We're like minimal.
Yeah.
Man, I wear
just wear
joggers
my
and a
stuff.
hoodie.
You
Man. That's
lying,
it,
bro.
man.
I'm
Look,
a-
man,
maybe-
you know what I'm saying? That's
No, we
it.
do represent. Do look
You know what I
good,
mean?
black on black.
That's it. That's all
T-shirts
I wear,
coming
man. I don't
soon.
wear nothing else.
He got boxes and boxes of shoes.
Yeah.
I believe he's got shoes.
I'm gonna have shoes too though. That's never been my thing until now.
But,
shoes.
but you're gonna be all right.
I'm gonna be rock deep. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's what I'm
Nah,
doing.
fashion. I've always been into fashion though. Since I was. I just recently, because of my job. So like, I got tired of having two separate wardrobes because of like the hair and everything else. So you know what I mean? Like it's everywhere. So I just got tired of it, and then just being honest, not ashamed of it, I got a little bit bigger. So like jeans don't fit me the way that I normally like and this and that. So I just tailored my fit to like more athleisure wear. So I started rocking like the Lululemons and then different brands.
All that Lululemon. Golly.
But shout out to Target. Target got actually a brand just like it too. I know some people will probably try to roll. I don't give a damn
No, they got
because
some
when you
fine
fly,
shit,
you
bro.
can make anything look fly.
That's facts.
So, but yeah, I just dress comfortably now because all my clothes are covered in hair and everything like that. But yeah, I could definitely throw down though. I miss it sometimes. I miss putting on a suit or like a blazer.
I do that sometimes, taking out the garbage. You know.
Yeah,
just-
I ain't.
feel like getting dressed up and shit, man.
Take
My
out
man
the
said-
garbage, man.
I believe that,
Six
Chad. I
feet.
believe you get dressed up to take out the trash.
You know, sometimes you gotta appreciate.
Hey, when you
yourself,
single though,
you know?
when you single though, you never know. who
It's
could
right.
come
It's
across.
all you.
Right.
Always
The
gonna
You
be-
trash
always got,
lady
cause
might
I
be
ain't gonna
fine,
lie,
right?
when I was single, boy,
It might be a lady in the trash. That's fine.
Right.
What?
Does that make her trash?
If she did, you know, hold on, player.
No, she could be in there digging, and then you'd be like, oh,
You never know.
if you
who
cleaned
gonna
up, you
be
might be
into.
cute. And
Nah,
then
hell
you have
no.
a whole story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta realize though, I'm single and I was going out Thursday through Sunday.
I'm not
Not-
saying
we're
you
not
bad.
questioning
We're
you
not
at
no,
all.
and I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just saying, you rolled in last night. I was like,
You did come like Malcolm X, Professor.
you're the
Professor
only
Chad.
person in our group that could have pulled off that outfit last night. And I was like, Chad looks pretty cool in that outfit, but he's the only person here that could have worn that.
That's right.
That's funny.
I'm plain. I keep it plain.
I'm gonna show you the picture. It
I
wasn't
seen
even that
it.
bad. It's
I
just
seen it.
I didn't say it was bad.
Wasn't
I'm
bad.
just saying.
It
I seen him with Chelsea boots on.
It was like a Merlot candy cane
Them
stripe
jeans
shirt.
Jeans. What?
yeah.
Merlot.
See,
Because the stripes wasn't red. They
and
was
Dino
like,
gave me
kinda
them
like this
jeans.
color.
They won't even mind.
Wait, y'all wear the same shit? What?
Yeah,
I told you I didn't fit in my. Bro, I had tons of clothes.
That's what I'm telling you. He a shopper. He got better clothes than me. He gave me all these jeans. I'm
he
like,
be at the gym after he work out and he come out all
fresh.
Like,
Yeah. Don't let Dino fool you.
They
Role
lied.
model.
Lies.
I'm all
Role model.
athletic wear on.
He got it.
Hey man, when you fat and ugly, bro, you gotta
Yeah,
figure out. So you gotta get something to play for you. You know what I mean?
That's gonna bring us to the last part of this right here.
New topic.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get rid of that right now. I seen this on a meme. I used it last week of the word message of the week, but I wanted you guys' take or insight on it because I read this thing that said, "Be a fountain, not a drain."
Ooh.
I felt that one when you said it.
You didn't hear him say that?
So then-
That was the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah,
did.
because I said it hit me, and I was like, "Yo!" But then my question was, or to you guys, is how do you deal with the drainers in your life? Because we pour into each other, and it happened naturally, right? So we can fill each other up, or sometimes you have a bad day, or something's going on, or whatever. We have that, but there's still, the drainers of the world, and these people exist too. I try to let it roll off, but sometimes it gets to me too. So I was just curious as to how you deal with the drainers, or do you just don't have none around? I'm surrounded by people, so I don't have a choice.
You see any in my life?
In this house, no.
Yeah. I just don't. I mean, I have to deal with them at work though, I guess, right? But that's why sometimes you'll see me come out of my house and just put my head down on the thing and be like, "Oh my God, that was so hard," right?
Yeah.
And that's you mean sometimes you just got to deal, right?
Yeah.
But then that's what I need you guys around for is to. Sometimes I just need to go hug my kids, right?
Yeah.
It's what it is. Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, I deal with it at work and then personal because I feel like a lot of people come to confide in me, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to hear your shit. I got my own shit. I don't even tell you what I'm going through, right? But it becomes overwhelming sometimes, and I'm like, damn. But I try to just be more positive. Like if they start listening to all this stuff that honestly it ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, let me tell you one thing that I'm going through. You have no idea. And they're like, oh shit. I ain't even realized. But you're still positive because you choose to be positive. Right? Just like you choosing to be negative. It's a mindset shift. And once you start to hang around with y'all, always positive. Even there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we've even been through some shit.
Facts.
But it's just like we choose to continue to be a light instead of a darkness.
Good choice, yeah. And I learned this a while ago, but sometimes it's like people like that, like you said, they come to you and they just dump all this stuff. I always ask, like, so are you venting or are you looking for a solution?
Yeah.
Right. Because if you're just venting, then I'm just gonna tune you out and just say, okay, you want a solution? I get to choose if I want to go down that road with you or whatever. But when I saw that, I was like, wow, because people don't. I think people see, right? Social media is the highlights, but they don't know. Like I've been here and been down and out and emotional or hurt or crying or whatever. And even his daughters have lifted me up, like, and I didn't even realize that they picked up on it. And then in their way, they're like, yo, they're like, you're hard to pick up when you get down. And I'm like, yeah, I feel too. But when you live, that people just come to you. So I tell people, I'm like, you don't want to see my phone. Because it's not always fitness, but people want, hey bro, I'm going through this, I need this, you're so positive. And it's like, yo,
Well, that's why.
what about me?
That's why I told y'all. That's why I told y'all that. What was it, last week or the week before? When I came in, I was bumping that song from
Fire.
from that dude.
Yeah.
Like real talk. Like music for me has always been my life. Like music is. I used to write music. Like that was my scapegoat for everything. And like when I heard that song, like I literally was driving and like just tears were running coming down my eyes because it was just kind of like. That line that he said, he's like, everybody come to me for saving, not realizing that I'm the one that needed saving, right? And so I think that what happens is that, people like us that tend to be, we just fill each other's cup. Like that's an energy that people attract to, and they feel like they can just come in because we're built that way to handle it. We take it on. And no matter how much
like
we
Dino
need
can
to
take it, Chad can take
right.
it, Freddie B can take it.
And so and that's the thing is that no matter how much we talk about it when we're together, we'll always take it on. And even though in the back of our minds, we're like, I ain't trying to deal with this.
Right.
But I think that's why it's important to have the separation, like when we did, and I told you guys, and I've shared it with you guys before, like that dinner that we did, like that to me was like, man, I have been missing that for years, right? Because there's a disconnect you know, from society. I mean, I work where I see hundreds of clients a week. And I'm sitting there talking. A lot of times I'm repeating the same conversations, right? Over and over and over. And sometimes it's just like, you just kind of listen. And one thing I found is that like, people don't want, they come to you and they tell you and this and that, but at the end of the day, if you're not telling them what they want to hear,
that's what I'm saying. They're just venting. They just need to get it out and either want you to start breaking out the violin with them, or, you know, and that's why it's kind of like sometimes I'm like, yo, I just gotta be away.
But I think that's also for me is where I've become, and I was saying it before, like I'm raw and I'm authentic. Like cause if you really want to know, if you're really coming to me, then I'm gonna, like, I stopped trying to figure out how to balance it, right? Because we always talk about it, right? Like the fact that we don't ever have to explain anything. Like I can come in and just be like, man, this, and just go off, and you like, bet, yup, I feel it.
Like fuck IKEA.
Yeah, like fuck IKEA. You know what I'm saying? Or there's days where, you know, I could just come in and you guys, you know, one of us, whatever the case is, we see it, we pick up on it organically. Fred may come to me that day, and normally we just dap up, and that day he's just like, what's up, man? Big old hug, and then just lets me be, right? Because you feel the energy. But it got to a point where for me, I'm like, you know what? That takes too much energy out of my life to try to balance the two. That now I'm just like, bet, you get Dino. Here you go. Oh man, I'm dealing with this and that. Well, then stop doing that.
Right.
Well, it ain't this and that. Well, no, it is that.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, damn, man, like, you know, not everybody's as perfect as you. No, bro, you don't want to walk in my shoes. Because I promise you
But that's the misconception, right? If you're positive or you inspire people or you motivate them, is like, well, you're always this way and you always know. And it's like, yo, but like, I'm only speaking to you from my experiences and trying to get you to understand that it could be better, it could be worse. So choose how are you going to deal. Accept it, take it, channel the emotions. If you need to cry, yell, scream, whatever. And then, okay, so what am I going to do moving forward? And that's like the hard part, because not having people around is different. Not having iron sharpens iron around, and it's just you taking all this stuff on. It's like, yo, it's draining. And so some people, so for like in my life, if that's what they are, I actually pick and choose if I'm even gonna talk to them. They can call my phone, they can text, and I'm like, no, not today. You know what I mean? And that's just how I deal with that. I had to learn it doesn't matter if it's family, blood is thicker than water. Listen, man, because you don't even ask how I'm doing. And maybe I'm not in the space to take on all your stuff. You know what I mean? And so it's like, nope, I'm going to just be over here. I'm going to be quiet. You know what I mean?
I don't even feel comfortable no more. Like, I just think about it like, people, family included. I love y'all. If y'all watching, don't call me. They'll reach out or they'll say, you know, how you doing? And a part of me is like, as soon as they ask me, I'm like, do they really care how I'm doing? Like, if I give them the real answer, you know what I'm saying? Or do they just want to hear, yeah, I'm good, everything's amazing. You know, job's good, everything's good. But if I tell you really what's going on in my life, do you really care? And that's why I was like, your ass don't care, so you don't get that side of me. You know.
And again, it's just, I've gone to the extreme just purposely. I mean, me being a clown, but like also testing the water. Hey man, how you doing, man? I ain't heard of you for a while, man. Like, how you been? It's cool, man. Struggling, bro, in the slum. You know, I'm about to lose my house. Feel like killing myself. What's up, man? How you been? And like, but like, as funny as it is, right? It's not funny. Let me make that clear. It's not funny. But I do that because sometimes you really need to test people, right? And sometimes it's like, and you'll see it because they'll respond, man, yo, you a clown, bro, this and that. Damn, bro, like, did you ever like think for a second? You know what I'm saying?
Like
to even just ask.
Could have been true,
It
right?
could have been true. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know. And it's like, you know, for me, it's like that whole saying, man. I remember I wrote a verse, something about that, where it was like, you know, yeah, blood is thicker than water, but if you let it linger long enough, it'll stain, right? Like, and that's just how I feel with a lot of things, man. Like some people just, it's like, yo, if you're coming and you're just constantly draining, well, then how can I even begin to help you?
Right. Well, then people don't want help.
They don't want help.
They like to be the victim, and that's what happens when you have a victim mentality.
Right.
Woe is me, and look what happened to me, and this happened, and it's just like, yo, you're not the only person going through stuff. But it's about what you do with it. Like, okay, this isn't great, but
Right.
I gotta move forward. This isn't like every day is not perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's like when I read that, I just was like, yo, that's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Be a fountain, don't be a drain. Like, don't be a drain.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can all have been drains at some point to somebody
Yeah.
as well. But when I'm around you guys, I'm like, man, it's not draining. That's why we don't never want to go nowhere. That's why this podcast could be 2 hours, because it's like,
Yeah.
it's not that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's organic, man.
Where when those people come around, or they, you know, especially in fitness, where, you know, people got attitudes, and I have to deal with all this stuff. And it's just kind of like, well, I gotta let you be. Because I'm not about to baby you if you're complaining about there's not enough weights, or you don't like this move, or whatever. Like, yo, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you have to complain about?
Right.
That's the problem? Nah, I'm not about to entertain that. You keep it. Because there's something else that you're not talking about, what the real issue is.
Right.
You just gave me surface.
But that's why, like, for my business too, I live by that motto. Like, I don't, if you're just trying to be a client, like, respectfully, I don't want your business. Because I have relationships with my clients. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing worse than sitting in the chair and just. Now I get it. Some guys, I do have clients that their day is just when they just want to come in. Hell, there's been times where he's come in and he's just like, man, he just sat there. And I'm like, cool. You pick up on the energy and you you let it ride. But some people just naturally like. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. Like, that irks me, man. If I'm sitting in that chair and I'm cutting, I'm trying. Like, I'm trying. Yo, how's your day, man? And you know what I mean? I don't do well with small talk at all. Whether I was single and dating or just in general in conversations, I'm a deep diver, man. Like, let's talk. Let's have a good convo. But like, that kills me, man. Yo, what's up, man? How was your day? It was good. Oh, that's cool, man. You got any plans, man? Same as usual. Okay, well, you know.
I'll let that go.
Yeah, and that's what I do is I just let it go.
I'm over 2.
Yep.
Right. We're done.
And then it's funny because then my mindset goes, boop, 30 minutes, you out. And then they just like, damn, bro, that was a fast haircut. And then like, I'm just like, oh yeah, man, no, it's cool, bro. And then I'm the same quality, but it's just like, I can choose how I want to do it. I gave you 2 strikes, I'm out.
30 minutes, man. He usually cuts my hair in 10.
Yeah, your hair's fast.
Because he doesn't, he doesn't want to
least
talk to
30.
me. He doesn't want to talk to me. That's what it is. I just figured it out. He's like, whatever you got to say is not worth my time.
You just gotta bring up curling.
Fred
Canadian bacon.
Fred comes in and I'm like, hey man, what you want to do? Just do what you do. Okay, cool. And then by the time I'm done, 2 minutes I'm done, Fred's like, all right, bro. He's like, I ain't trying to deal with Dino. Dino talked too much. Be here for like an hour.
If we started talking, I would be there. Yeah,
we would be. But that's to me, like I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my girl makes fun of me about it all the time. But it's funny because she'll also tell me, like, I love that quality of you. Like, you can talk to me, and I think that's just being somebody who can, you know what I mean, feel, because you never know. Something you say or something you're doing could impact somebody.
Exactly. Man, you know, it be people like, man, when you said, I'll be like, I said that. I don't even remember.
Bro, I told
and
you that.
Like, man, 10 years ago.
What is it? I'm not giving you that power.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When he said that,
Ooh, that hit
man,
me too,
that
bro.
one hit me hard. I was like,
I be using that at work. I think I'm like, don't go off on
see, but my dumb ass, I'll say that. I forget sometimes. I'm not giving you that power. Shit, I wasn't supposed to tell you that.
Kenyatta said, now they hate me. They're like, we going to his class. He gave you that, bro.
That was supposed to be my inside voice.
Yeah, that's your inside voice. You don't do it outside. You keep
in
it
my head,
inside.
I'm thinking to myself, man, I can't stand this motherfucker. I'm not giving. Oh shit, my bad.
Ever since you said it, because I'm a hothead. Like, I'm,
Bro,
I'm chill.
You
but
and
I'm
me
a
the same
hothead.
head.
So now you said, you know for real.
Yeah, I know for real.
But I'm like, now I be like hearing your. All right.
Bro, when I text y'all this weekend about the situation that happened, immediately, bro, that clicked in my head. Don't give him that power.
It's hard.
It's
because
hard.
you don't want to. And then you're like, oh, but I could. And then it's just like, nah, bro.
You know what the problem is too, though? Guys like us, we can hold and hold and hold and hold. Like, I'm a big believer in like, you know, the saying, like, God only gives you what you can hold. Like, I think that's BS. I think God gives you what you don't know you can hold. Because there's some times where I've sat there and I've been like looking at my face and I'm like, nah, man, I can't deal with it. But somehow I do. But then the crazy thing, the scary part is when that well breaks on us, the only people that can stop us is us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you like once you go
I
red,
essentially met him like that.
you see what I'm saying?
I mean,
once
I knew
you go
him, but I
red-
didn't know.
Yeah.
But it was I was stopping that from happening.
Yeah.
But I knew he was receptive to what I was saying, even though he didn't say anything.
Yep.
I mean, well, he was saying some stuff, but it wasn't nice. And I was just like, nope, we're not doing that.
But even in the
Nope,
manner
we're not
that you
doing
were saying it,
I
like
had
that's
to.
what, and that's the crazy thing is you didn't even have to raise your voice.
Oh
right?
no, it was.
And that's what I'm saying.
low-key.
Like there's like situations where if I was ever to that point and like Fred just walked up and was like, hey man, let's take a walk. Like I wouldn't even like, cause it's almost like I'm not about to disrespect. I respect
Right.
you.
Right.
I'm out. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll show out whatever. But like it's crazy to me how that, you know. And then it's the next factor, right? Of like when that happens. Oh well, damn! Well, I didn't know you would like that, this and that. But you're not gonna take responsibility for the fact
No,
that you
at all.
you plugged this
No.
well for how long
No.
until you know it's
You
like
poke the bear and then you get clawed, and then you're like, I can't believe you
Yeah.
clawed me. Stop poking me then.
Right.
Don't think it. Because I ain't angry that it can't go there.
Right.
But that's what people,
yeah.
they want to see. And that's why I say you'll send a group. I'm like, bro, it's cool. You just got tested.
Mm-hmm.
All life is doing is seeing if you pass the test.
Get y'all
Oh.
some friends that will not only check you but also lift you up and tell you, you know what I'm saying, what you don't want to hear sometimes.
That's facts.
And that's
Don't
real.
let you eat Arby's.
And
Like
don't,
these.
yeah. He
Let.
gon-
I said don't let you.
No, see, Kenyatta lets you, but what he doesn't tell you is come Monday when you show up in class,
Oh, yeah, I
now
already
we
know.
all gotta pay for
I
it.
think I'm the
Yeah, I'll do the Arby's burpees tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tomorrow
come
when
on,
you
man.
dying, he's gonna remind you about
Yo,
it.
can we find out who created burpees? Because I swear I want to write this guy a letter or like just
I be thinking that shit too.
bro, I hate the man who created burpees.
You know who I hate? The man who created fire ants.
Man.
Oh yeah. Yo, can we
He
change
didn't
the
even
song?
get your sister with that though.
Bro, he got my sister with enough. Like she was about to die, bro. That poor girl. Like, yo, shout out to my sister, man. She came out here
shout out
and
to
did her
Yami
thing,
in the
bro.
building. She did her thing.
She did her thing. She held it down. But yeah, nah, she was hurt. She was hot.
Yeah.
Fire ants?
That first day, I tried to
I
talk
did
to her.
fire
and
ants
She's
when she
like,
was there, didn't I?
No, that's the one you didn't do. Was fire
Yeah.
ants.
Oops.
I was so happy.
Yo,
when
can
you
we
did
change
it.
the song on that though?
Nah,
That's what makes me even more mad about it. It's not even the exercise.
because I like that song.
No, I hate the
Well,
song.
I used to like
Wait,
it.
you hate the song in real life?
It just like it.
For real?
Or you
my
hate
thing-
it because of the fire?
No.
ants? You hated it before.
No. Here's my thing. I'm not one of those people that when I work out, like I can listen. Like that to me is just loud. Like it becomes obnoxious. So it's kind of like I feel like it's one of those like torture songs where like I'm locked up in like it's like they just torture me and just playing the shit loud as hell. Like it just I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. Like
It's a torture song for fire ants.
Yeah.
it is too. Them fire man. Lord,
love
I
that
hate them
song.
fire.
I used to love that song. Now
When
it
that
comes
guitar
on,
come
I'm
on
in
in
the
the
car.
beginning,
It comes on. I'm like,
Ding, yeah, let's get it.
that song now.
Yo, I love. We need to get live, man.
Who?
We need to get not you, but like we need to get live in the class. I be trying, but then it's so funny when I be like, yeah, and then all of a sudden everybody turn around like,
They don't know nothing about no year.
but even then, like,
They'll be like, how do you spell that? Y-E-E-E-E-E-R-P.
Hey, I'm about to start on my negative. I'm about
Yeah.
I'm about to start on the negatives. When you call out, what number we on? 0. I used to do that all 0.
Yeah, it's funny. In different places, there's different, like, other places are very receptive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And here it's just like everybody's too cool for school.
We tried a True Fusion. You tried to
We
get the
tried.
voice. What we were supposed to go, ooh. Like, wasn't that what we were supposed to
I try every
Oh, yeah,
boxer
you told
shuffle
me
for
that.
like 2 years. It would be a thing, and then I'm the only one doing it. So I'm like, bro, I'm not about to keep
Are we
doing
supposed
this.
to make noise?
Y'all supposed to join in.
I did
It
not
creates
know
a
that.
thing.
I didn't know that.
I used to do burpees in a workout at Grand Canyon University, and they had to go down, up, and go lopes up, and the whole class with 40 students going bop bop lopes up. It brings it.
It lives
With
everywhere.
adults, it's like
I be getting flashbacks though. When
And
you
people don't
when you
wanna-
do the clap, because it remind me of the bros, right? So I be wanting to throw the hooks and.
I don't got nothing to do with that. Shout out to Omega Psi Phi. I don't have nothing to do with that.
I got kicked out, so
That's all good.
That
I got
day.
kicked out of Alpha. So
It is a different.
that's why I have black and gold shoes and black and gold in my workouts.
Hey.
It is a different feeling though when you get like I don't know fitness world, but I know military, like, and having 80 something people sound off.
There's
Like,
an
if they don't
energy.
sound off, then it's just kind of like, man, like when they used to, we used to go on these runs, these 12-mile runs or 10-mile runs, whatever, and then, you got to call cadence as you're running. Like, that takes a lot of energy. Because not only do I got to make sure everybody's on the right step, but then I got to breathe and sing out. And so, like, I would refuse to go out there. Because that's one thing, I don't talk highly about a lot, but I could call some damn cadences, boy. You would swear I was a drill sergeant. And like,
I used to do with this too in the boxer. I used to do what?
But
and then when I realized like, oh, people in Scottsdale too, nobody gonna jump in. I'm not about to keep what by myself.
It drops the whole energy. Because I would literally, they'd be like, bro, get out there and call cadence. I'd be like, no, because y'all ain't sounding off. Y'all sound off, get me hype. Then I'll go out there and run 12 miles and call cadences. But like, so I feel you on that. Because sometimes I be like, I'll do it and then I'll do it. I'll be in the background. It'd be like a few times that I got a little extra energy. I'll throw it out there, and then like everybody just looks back like with an attitude, and I just be like,
yeah,
like,
like,
oh, but y'all want to talk about
they're
y'all
like, why you
trips
making noise?
Yeah,
in
but
here?
y'all want to talk about your trips to
Turks and cake.
Turks and cake tours.
I didn't know we were supposed to.
And even when I was in the gym, that was all like Latinos and Latinas. It was do KK, KK, and they was for it, and it creates this thing. But it's like, hey man, if y'all ain't gonna bargain, y'all don't do nothing with me. We just stay silent.
Here's the problem with all the white people in your class. None of us can actually stay in the rhythm, right? That's a big part of the problem. There's always 3 people going the wrong way.
That's
right?
true.
Running into people and
are y'all just thinking too much? That's too much to give.
Yeah, I think if you add in words too, like I mean,
it's
hard because we're all in our head like 1, 2, step, like that's how it's. No, I know you think because you all are just feeling the music, right? We're like, okay, step, clap, step, clap. That's all we can do. If you add the words, if you made us go step, clap, talk.
Oh hell no!
Shit, now I'm off, right? We'd be off.
All you have to do is say what twice, man.
No,
What?
I don't think we can do it.
What?
I don't think we can do it.
Hop, root.
There is always someone going the wrong way
That's facts.
when we're in the box.
That's true.
Right.
But they not present. That's why I tell them stop listening and just feel. But maybe I don't know if y'all. I don't know. Maybe y'all don't feel
No, we have to
the
count.
music. You have to count. So
You
it's
gotta
too
have
much.
rhythm.
Yeah.
Well, the day that it actually happens will go down in history.
I didn't know
If
those
it
words.
happens, I stopped doing it because I was like, I ain't wasting my
All right.
voice. So,
It's dope though. Like, have you ever seen like a class when they do what's that one that I showed you? It's like the Power Girls or something. It's like a
The Powerpuff
no.
Girls?
It's this guy who teaches, but it's all women in his class.
at the loft in Atlanta
Is
with the
it?
blue. With the
Yeah, he
blue?
was in the blue joint. They were doing the stepper and like
it's the loft.
okay. So then like if you ever get a chance, watch that. Like it's legit. Like
You'll see
It's
he
fun.
does cadence and they
and you'll see. And then with
but
people
it's
that
all
really-
black folks.
I was gonna say,
So
is it-
back
is
to
it
his
white
point.
people?
So you know how we get down anyway,
So
black and
maybe
brown.
we
How
gotta
we
throw
get
some
down?
country, some garlic
No,
bread.
it wouldn't do nothing.
It probably wouldn't.
They just said it's too much. So I can't. I mean, maybe one day.
It's
You
a
give them a couple
struggle.
drinks, they be
Or some
dancing.
EDM.
They be looking hot mess.
It don't matter the music.
No.
If you off, you off.
Fact.
Because even in EDM, I'm gonna find the rhythm and throw something in there.
Some liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Some liquor.
Because even the hop hop clap,
Yeah.
or if I do like open close jacks and people start clapping, I'm like, you guys can only clap if you're gonna stay on beat. And then you get
There's always people that are off.
and I'm like, stop clapping, just open close, don't clap your hands.
Bro, that's why.
Don't clap your hands.
That's why I used to always start. Every time I used to start off in Blitz, I'd always be like, "Don't sound off, follow my lead." And then I would just have them like you would just hear the the footprints would just be like, and then I just sound off, and then eventually you'd hear it all one step, just one step. And then once I would hear it to where it was one full step, then I would start calling cadence. So I feel you. I feel you. on
But
that.
there's always someone,
Yeah.
like you said, going the wrong way.
But it's crazy
Even
though
if I
because
say
it does
jack,
help you though.
you got 50 people doing the same move.
Yep.
And I'm like, and you don't realize that you're off. Like, how do you not see that? There's a mirror right there.
Yeah.
There's people on both sides of you. There's people in front of you. I'm like, just go with the people.
The one I can never figure out is where we're going sideways, though, and you're running
Oh,
into
I've seen-
people and
yeah,
stuff like that. How do you not notice then?
Well,
Like, just skip
Well,
around
because
and then
people
go
won't-
back, right?
right.
well, I picked up on
people
yours. You
won't do
cross
that.
your knee over.
That's extra sauce. That's all that is.
Nah,
He said
Extra
extra
sauce.
That's
sauce.
extra
That Arby
sauce.
sauce, baby.
Yeah.
I've done that though, where like when you're turning, like sometimes I'll miss the rhythm and then I'll kind of wait, 3, 2, 1, and then I go back into it just to catch. I mean, that's just not. But I guess that must be too hard for some people. But
Well,
people
he'll
don't-
cross his knee over, right?
Oh, you do the.
So
that's,
we go straight,
that's
and so then when someone crosses, oh, it's gonna throw you off
yeah.
Yeah.
because it's gonna take you longer to bring that foot back down and over to the
I got it.
Okay.
Am I off? I mean,
I'm just saying aesthetically, it
Yeah.
throws
Oh,
off because
okay.
everyone.
Yeah, 'cause you
doing
didn't like
this
the way it
thing.
looked in that picture.
No,
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
you see how you pointing over to?
right, yeah, he said I wrecked the picture because my knee was pointing
Now
this
you're
way.
pointing towards China, and we over here in Jerusalem. This is what happened. But yeah, all right, we're gonna get out of here,
All
beautiful people. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you check out Back to Nature.
Yeah.
Check out Unreal.
Yes,
Let's see if
sir.
everything is on here. I know it's somewhere.
Fire.
I thought they had an Instagram on the back.
GetUnreal.com.
There you go. Shout out to Dino, man.
They don't got an Instagram.
Reading ain't my first language.
They got
They got an Instagram. That's probably what it is. I've seen them on Instagram. But yeah, you want to try some vegan snacks? Check that out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna holler at y'all the next time. We out of here. Peace, love, and fire ants. Shout out to palm trees. You know how we do. I hope that didn't die somewhere in there. He didn't say nothing.
It might have.
Is it black?
It's remember how it was like fuzzy last night? It's still going.
Price is loaded.
Oh, low battery.
Oh, we're good.
It is true though, bro. Like